today's podcast at the Glass. I'm your host, Mark, and I have my good friend Chase here. We'll be sipping some beers from various breweries, starting with Odell out of Fort Collins, Colorado. It is the Wire Walker West Coast Double IPA. We'll be basing off the aroma, appearance, flavor, mouthfeel, overall impression. We're going to do that for several other beers, and we'll be discussing Astros baseball from 23 season, how they wrapped up, and off-season going into the 24 season, and what we think the season looks like. We'll start off with taking a sip of the Wire Walker West Coast Double IPA.
How many points is this? Flavor 40 points? Oh. Yes. Per beer connoisseur, flavor counts towards the 100-point total.
Is that what it says? It's 40 points?
So
someone's
yes. Per beer connoisseur, flavor I'm going to go 30. Towards the 100-point total, it is pretty 40 good. Points of that. So.
Oh, well. Flavor? It's not bad.
I'm
it's
biased.
not too bitter in my... I'm not...
I always make good beer.
30?
Because they have the... I'm biased. I'm going to go
No. Well, you turned me on to
a new
them,
one,
and
'cause
it's a pretty solid beer that they put out. I'll say this is flavor-wise, I'll say it with you on 30.
Oh, it's a limited release. This is a new one. Couch grape.
Mouthfeel, it's limited. Oh, I also forgot to mention we have a special guest here today. His name is Couch
Resident
Greg.
fact checker.
He'll be chiming in from time to time on some baseball. But yes, he'll be fact checking us throughout this. But we'll get started. So the 23 season did not go as well. I'll say not planned, but it didn't get back to the World Series. We had a legit shot doing that, and then you had to lose to the Rangers. As you called them, the third worst team to lose to.
Third worst team we could have been kicked out by.
And who are the which would have been in the World Series. Which would have been, but they didn't make the playoffs.
At home.
Yeah, it was bad.
We were bad at home all
and
year.
To lose
all year, we were bad at home.
At home, not the first time to do it, but the second time to lose all 4 home games. And
I don't know what that was about with the whole. They had to repaint it or whatever they did. Yeah.
Pitching was bad. And they were blaming the batter, the out in center field.
I just can't get behind our guys.
Or extend the paint. Yeah, they
extended
the green paint a little farther over. But you have the away team who was just mashing.
Well, and then we had to hear it from our Rangers fans, buddies that we have. They were having a field day with it.
Excuse.
So.
Like, bad. That's a bad excuse.
We had to hear it from our Rangers fans, buddies. Got some more games than we do.
Well, one's really an Astros fan now.
He'll remain anonymous, but you know who he is.
And has more probably Astros gear than we do. Yeah, he might have a. But anyway, say season wrapped up, moving into the off season now. The bullpen was looking a little iffy, with no transactions being made until today when they signed Josh Hader.
Yeah, I didn't like it when
$95 million.
I think Greg told me when it came through.
Pay for a relief
and
pitcher.
Then come to find out,
$19 million a season.
An hour or so ago, it was the highest paid contract for a relief pitcher in MLB history. Definitely didn't like it then.
And this will we'll talk about this a little later. We have a little segment called Flash or Cash. And it's going to be a good segment there. But moving to that. So we have the current roster as it stands with Altuve playing second base, Bregman at third, Alvarez probably DHing more than likely, Abreu at first, Tucker in right, Diaz catching, McCormick, I'm guessing, based on what Dana Brown was talking, McCormick's going to be in left field, Pena at shortstop, and Jake Myers in center field.
I don't like it. I know that Dana
That
was
I feel like
letting
will be
us
your
know that
starting
we were going
day
to see
roster.
a lot more Jake in center field, but I don't like it. I don't know about that one. I'd rather see McCormick stay in center.
Yeah. And then
Or are they taking, like, is it for the purpose of
I was hoping they
DHing
would sign
Alvarez
another
more?
bat to fill left field, and at some point, either
Because he wanted to play every day, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you can play left field, but he only works.
Because he wanted to play every day. Draw out of a hat every day.
Well, now we have Joe Spot as the manager. We'll see what mindset he has, unlike Dusty's mindset, which was
That guy.
Do you have your toothpick? I think he pulled toothpicks and decided. And whoever had the short end of the toothpick got to sit. But yeah, it's
Well, we still have Dubon. So that's my thing is, like,
I'm sure
Jake is not
Jordan will
better
play
than
left
either
field,
of those guys,
but I think
in
he'll
my
be
opinion.
DH more.
Either Dubon or McCormick is an everyday guy. Jake is not better than either. If that's how the roster is, yes.
Dubon?
Either Dubon or McCormick is an everyday guy.
No, I think McCormick should be the everyday center fielder.
If that's how the roster is, yes.
But I know, like I said, Brown wants to play Myers more, but I say just move Myers more into as your old-time fan, Jake the
was
Snake,
actually a
or
free
Snake.
agent.
Move him more into
No,
a
he signed
late
with the Angels.
defensive
Minor league deal.
substitution for outfield than a everyday starter.
Jake the Snake was actually a free agent.
He still is, isn't he?
No, he signed with the Angels. Minor league deal.
Good for him. He's still grinding. Grind.
I mean, I know he's the utility guy. But
Yeah, it's.
At the same time,
I still don't.
I'm just not
like,
a Jake fan.
I mean, they want to
That's
put
my
Dubon in
bias, I
center
guess.
field to make Verlander happy. Go for it, I guess.
No.
But I don't.
I was never. It was nice that he came through that postseason, or was coming through that postseason. But
Were you ever a
I
Jake
just,
fan
you know, you see
before
more
you
of
ran
him
into the
and
wall
just
in the playoffs against the White Sox?
It's nice that he came through. Like I said, I'd rather see Chaz out there.
Right.
And Chaz had a great year. I think he was like top 10
Don't like it.
outfielder for American League, like across all the categories. Chaz had a great year.
He did. He had an awesome year.
He must have
He
like,
was a solid.
hit Dusty's car in the parking lot or something.
Of course, yeah. Dusty
He hated him.
denies the whole weight issue for him is why he wasn't playing.
He like came around the corner as he was telling a joke about him. And just from that point on,
Yeah,
I'll
he
take
let
care of it.
Carr made fun of his toothpick.
Came around the corner as he was telling a joke about him. And from that point on,
Well, all right. So while we're on the position players, going with
safe bet.
what we might think the lineup might look like starting. As you're looking at it, we can probably say Altuve will be leadoff batter again, right?
For the most part, it was like I guess it kind of. I mean, he changed it up so much.
Now, last year he ran Bregman as the 2-hole hitter.
For the most part, it was like I guess it kind of. I mean, he changed it up so much.
He did. Well,
Pena also
what worked the
played,
year they won the 22
sophomore
season,
slump.
having Pena
Call it.
2-hole, but he didn't do that a whole lot last year. He left Pena farther down in the lineup.
Pena also had a sophomore. Well, let's pull him up. Let me take a look.
He did, but his numbers are very similar to his freshman, his rookie year. They're
I mean, I like
not
Bregman
exactly the
two-hole.
same, but they're pretty close.
I mean, the way
and
we have
then
it here,
ultimately he just didn't
Altuve,
do anything
Bregman,
in the postseason.
Alvarez, Abreu, Tucker. I might push Brady down more. I'd rather see Tucker. I know it's two lefties back to back, but I mean, I don't. I can do it either way, but I think they should put those. I know it's two lefties back to back, but probably Alvarez.
Do you want Tucker 4-hole or you want Alvarez 4-hole and Tucker 3-hole?
I can do it either way, but I think they should.
Well, I guess. Yeah, I would say Alvarez. Yeah, that's where I initially had slotted Alvarez in as the 3-hole. Abreu, I think he batted cleanup last year pretty much most of the time, but it'd be nice to say that his back wasn't feeling
just
good
had far
early on versus going the whole season with
his power
an nagging injury.
Everything else was pretty similar. He actually had a better walk to strikeout ratio. His power numbers were down.
Yeah.
Everything else was pretty similar. He actually did have a better walk to strikeout ratio.
Then with Diaz being the primary catcher,
I put him 5. I mean,
probably 6-hole.
Abreu's just
7-hole.
I mean, regardless of the back stuff, he just. He showed his age, so you gotta. I don't mind him being down in 6 or 7. I mean, he knows how to drive guys in.
He's not what he was with the White
In
Sox.
the 6 or 7 hole,
Yes.
I think we're doing pretty good. But Diaz, I feel like could be moved up at the start of the season. I don't mind him 5. I mean, I guess he'd be protecting Alvarez if you put Alvarez at cleanup.
Yeah.
I don't mind him 5. I mean, I guess he'd be protecting Alvarez if you put Alvarez.
Yeah. I would say, and then, like, when we were talking about McCormick, I would rather him be center fielder, everyday starter, and then Alvarez would
and then he went
play left field / DH. Do you put Dubon in left field instead as your starter? I know you have Corey Jolks, who played time out there last year, but he went like 0 for 50.
You know what looked good there is
it wasn't. Yeah, came out and he fell pretty hard, but we'll see how he adjusted, I guess. So.
Mr. Trout.
John Singleton? Who's your boy? Mike. Okay.
I'm really scared it's going.
That's not going to happen.
We might see a.
I know we talked about this
Cody Bellinger
earlier in the week,
appearance.
and that won't happen.
What's he asking for? I'm really scared it's going to be a flash. We'll get to that, but.
I don't think so, because Cody's
What's he asking for?
insane amount of money. That's a flash.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. So
What?
Boris. Yeah.
He's 28.
The Boars come. Oh yeah, it came out. He's wanting like $200 and something million.
$200 million?
Yeah, it was. No, he's
Is that
like
what you said?
28. Yeah, he came up real early, and then once
Fact check.
was that what it's saying, or he was asking? I think.
Is that what you said?
I think I
mean, don't get me wrong.
first reported that it was around the 200. Yeah, Couch Greg fact checking us.
That's insane.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Reportedly seeking in excess of 250
Good
million.
reading.
Boom.
Never. Do not.
I don't know how many years that would be, but I'm guessing that's probably like a 6 or 7 year deal.
That's insane.
As much crap as he talked to the Astros.
Good reading. Never. Do not sign up for that.
No, the Astros won't be signing him now. I can tell you that.
As much crap as he talked about the Astros.
Well, that fans won't accept him for that after what he said, and then of course he fell off pretty hard when Correa called him out and said you don't know anything, and then he somehow forgot to hit for 3.5 years, and then he hit decent last year at the Cubs, but that's a lot to gamble
Outside
on
of the home run total,
one bounce back year.
close to his MVP season, because 19 was he was MVP, correct? Outside of the home run total, close to his. No, it was 19. It's 19 that has had his big numbers, but and then obviously.
Yeah, I think so. It wasn't 18, was it?
No,
It was 19. Okay, yeah.
Had his big numbers, but Maybe it just had to take him. It took him 4 years
Yeah,
to learn
and
how to
then
hit
the
again. and
Astros
not getting
scandal
signs.
came out, and then that's when he got called out by Correa, and then he just plummeted
He was getting signs.
for the next.
Maybe it just had to take him. It took him 4 years to learn how to hit again.
Well, there's no
Had
doubt
better
about
stuff
that.
in Chicago.
Oh. So,
Go to the White Sox.
skunk. Ugh. Well, I guess you went down to the south side.
How's what? I thought they
Ran with the dirty side. Speaking of White Sox, real quick, they're putting a proposal in to build a new stadium.
I mean, it's nothing special. The one they playing now.
I mean, it's still relatively like
Kinda
good
generic.
shape, but they talking about building a new stadium.
I mean, it's nothing special. The one they.
No, it's just the south side of Chicago. There's nothing special about. Yeah, there's nothing unique to that. Then as far as like bench
really
rolls,
think
like so
Ray
you have
Kissinger
Dubon,
is going to be
he'll
on
get
the
some
opening day.
good amount of playing time.
Do we really think Ray Kissinger is going to be on the opening day? Maybe we should
We'll see how spring training goes. It's
our
going to
boy
be a
Pedro
toss up
Leon.
on those
He's
bench
been-
rolls.
He's been a guy for 5 years now.
I feel like
Maybe we should see our boy Pedro Leon.
he's
Been a guy for
he was our guy. Yeah. I guess he's doing okay in winter ball where you're
I
playing
would
at
be
right now.
okay
I'm not too sure. I haven't
we
really
started
checked
the
in
year
on him.
out without Singleton and Kessinger on the roster. No offense to them.
I know Singleton was a good story last year, but just
I would be okay if we started the year out without. Oh no.
okay. But then who do you? I mean, Hensley didn't really.
Who was the lefty that
Hensley did.
was mashing?
I mean, no, that worked out too. So
The
I guess we'll see how spring training.
hold on, let me see. Let me
Singleton.
yeah. Let me get a little run through here.
What?
Sean Dubin, was that him?
JJ Mc.
No, that's the pitcher.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Let me get a little run through here. Sean Dubin, was that great fans?
Yeah, Dubin. That's
That's the pitcher.
no, correct. Oh, what's his name?
Yeah, Dearden.
Well,
Is he not even on the team anymore?
Jacob Milton will be looked at hard. He's one of
Oh,
our
is he?
top
Okay. That guy was mashing it.
prospects.
And then I don't even know if he got called up last year.
Judd.
Is he not even on the team anymore? Ooh.
Well, yeah, he's just
Maybe he was just let down.
no. He didn't.
He said, "Y'all don't want me up. I'm not gonna play good." He said, "Y'all don't want me up. I'm not gonna play good."
Long shot, dark horse is for me is going to be the son of Billy Wagner, Will Wagner.
Let's see here.
He actually did well in Double A and Triple A last year. He got caught up late to Triple A, but he actually had a pretty good campaign
hate
last year. So I can see him being up there, depending on how he does in spring training. But it's probably
Maybe Bagwell
I
was
don't hate it, but I don't
calling more.
see that
shots.
happening. I can see
We'd
them
him, for
sitting
sure.
down and then getting called up later, just making rush
He was
moves here and
doing
there.
the best he could with what he had. He wasn't even a general manager.
Well, you know how that worked out, Mr. Let's sign Montero. He was acting general manager with Jim Crane on his side, open up the checkbook. But yeah, as far as the bench, it's gonna be
Yeah, I mean,
there's
yeah,
the
he'll be. He's
Caratani,
he's there.
who's the backup
He's
catcher
on
they
it,
signed for
yeah.
2 years at
Caesar Salad
$12
might
million
be on the
or
roster,
something
too.
like that, I think.
I mean, yeah, he'll be.
He's the backup to Diaz.
The Rangers.
Um,
I mean, you say that Rangers carried 4 or 5 catchers.
I don't know why we
last
carried
year.
3 catchers last year for the longest time. That made no sense. Well, I guess the term if you hit, you play, right?
My favorite.
Well, moving from the position players, let's go to the starting pitching rotation. We know JV is going to be number one. Then Framber, Javier, Uquiddy, and then depending on how they want to start off, if it's a 5-man or 6-man rotation. But I think the fifth spot's going to be between Brown or JP France, only because Luis Garcia is still coming back from Tommy John surgery.
I think France should be 4.
Your ultimate favorite player, McCullers, is coming back much later in the season.
Yeah, I mean,
from his
when the season
Tommy
starts,
John
yes.
surgery.
So I think Urquidy should. Well, I say that. I mean, we'll see how the
And
spring
the Urquidy
training
5 and
pans out, but it's obviously going to be between him and Brown. So, but I mean, I don't mind Brown in the bullpen. Another big arm guy that come in and throw gas with a good hook. But I mean, I don't mind Brown in the bullpen. Another big arm. I mean, I think he just got throw gas. 1,000%. Good hook.
Yeah, maybe he work out the issue in the second half of the season he had last year.
But yeah, then
I think he just ran out of gas too. I mean, it was his
good
first full
thing
year
is
up
that we're
there,
gonna
so
get
now he's back with
Garcia
JV.
and
Probably
McCullers back,
getting that
which-
veteran experience from him.
But yeah, then if Joe Espada is listening to this later in the week, put Lance
McCullers won't be back
in
till after the All-Star
pen.
break at the earliest.
In the pin, please.
Be our long-term.
Like, don't get me
lo-
wrong.
Or
He's had his
middle,
games.
long, like
He's pitched big games before
In the
as a
pen.
starter, but he's also pitched big games as a reliever. And 2017 sold me like
highest bullpen stat.
you know,
Well,
which move him to the
I
pin.
think that's what sold everyone. And then he
Didn't
had
have to
a
pay
was it
95
18 or
million
no, 19 when he went to the All-Star
for
game. Had a
homeboy.
good first half of the season.
Could
So.
save 95 million for another player.
We brought him home.
Yeah, I don't see.
We'll go to extensions
just
here in a sec. I
the
know
way
where
we
you're
have it
getting
written
with
down,
that.
I don't see Francis in the pin. There's no way. He's too good.
But as far as the bullpen, so
Hmm?
Hunter Brown,
Yeah, I don't see. Well, for playoffs.
okay. Well, okay, let's say
He did some mop-up duty, did he not?
to the pin. Well, it's because he went to the playoffs, and then they put him in, and he didn't pitch all postseason. And then when they were up, but then when we were still close, that's when Dusty decided to put him in, and the game got blown wide open. And I think Dusty just didn't have it last season. He couldn't make up his mind on how to use some of the guys. So, yes.
Wait. So do we think Presley's
So then
the
we have
closer still?
Brian Abreu, Presley. We had Graveman until he.
I mean, it's probably
yeah,
they're
so-
probably going to tell him it's your job to lose, right?
That's a tough one. I'd say leave him as the closer.
Did they talk to Brian?
I would think so. I mean, suppose I was reading that he was made aware that they were looking at Hader, and he was okay with that. So it wasn't like he was. And yeah, everyone assumed that Abreu would probably have been the closer once because Presley, he's under contract this year, and he has a mutual option for next year for another $14 million for next season. He has to pitch so many innings, which he'll hit this year, unless they decide they don't want him, and then they'll
Best
hold him back. But they're not going to do that.
postseason closer of all time.
So he has an option for next season. Yep. So if that happens,
Coach Greg does not like Presley.
Presley? Yeah. Okay. Why don't you like Presley? That sounds like Brad Lidge. What aggravated me
Never
last year
walk
about Presley is
the
he
bat.
come
You
in,
never walk.
get 2 outs right
Do not
away,
walk that
walk
guy.
the batter, and then you give up a 2-run home run, and then now they're tied or losing. That last year's Presley was very aggravating.
If you get 2 out, if you get 2 quick outs, you're throwing that next pitch right down. The
No, not when
Next
it's a 1-run
5 pitch.
game or 2-run, and it always came back to bite. What's that?
Which
Just pump gas straight down the
where
middle.
did that come? Like, did he just happen to be hurt?
Yeah, so Grayman's out. I think it's probably
that
another
what it
reason why
was?
they really zoned in for Hader.
But like, was he hurt? Was he hurt coming over?
What? Well, he got hurt postseason last year. That's why he didn't throw. He was still. He didn't get hurt in the post, but he wasn't on the.
Do they do?
That's
for
a good
trades?
question.
Okay.
He may have had an injury that he didn't even know about,
I know you do it when
and
you
then
sign,
but. Well,
do they do?
yeah, they do physicals. Yeah, because that way you're not inheriting someone that's trades too. There's a lot of times there's pending the physical, so I think he was getting banged up near the end of the season. He kind of was experiencing some stuff, and then they left him off the roster for the divisional series, and then they left him off for the ALCS, and then I guess it just didn't heal properly rehabbing, so they opted for surgery, which now
It has to be.
he's out for the season, and he's a free agent after the
He
season.
has
So
to be.
we know Montero will be in the bullpen.
Bagwell's boy.
Well, when you're paying him $10.5 million,
That was a Bagwell signing. I don't
I'm
know.
sorry. I'd rather say, all right, go sit at home and not play him, but
I'll
well,
hold
that
on to
was
my
Bagwell.
frustration until later.
That was a Bagwell because he had his best year ever out of his 7-year career,
What do we do here?
and he cashed in on it. Good for him, but
I mean, because you are, like we said,
if
just leave Presley.
if
open
GM Chase was in charge,
for now,
that would have happened.
you already had a Brady. You're already paying Montero. You got Hunter Brown, who can easily be in there, and just put Lance in the pit. I mean,
I do. I know
Buddy said that.
you're not on board with the.
He did say that.
But that show's needed a
it's
proven
left-handed,
left-handed
but at the same time,
pitcher
it's
in the
like,
bullpen.
we
They
paid
haven't had one
95
for
million
years. That's so.
Just so we could say we have a left-handed arm coming out of the pin.
So
Because why don't we just go back and get homeboy from a few years ago?
I know it's tough to
Rayleigh.
swallow that one for sure.
It wouldn't have cost 95 million?
Tony Sip?
Yeah.
Oh, Brooks Rayleigh.
And we
Ooh.
could say the same thing, bringing a lefty in.
See what?
It wouldn't have cost 95 million?
No, it only cost you like $2.5 million, and
I
but you
think he
might
was
be
with the Reds last year.
Couch Greg. Look up where Brooks Riley's at.
Because he's valuable.
So
Because people wouldn't
well, he
even
was
say
with the Rays
we're bringing a
starting off
lefty out.
with. I know he got traded. He's kind of bounced around, so because it's an arm.
Because people need to say we're bringing a lefty out.
Yeah. Then everyone's, this isn't good.
I mean, Blanco, we forgot about
So-
Blanco.
We'll see.
He was,
I
he was serviceable.
think they'll be signing you more arms this offseason. Blanco's
But
there.
I mean,
He's-
I'll save
Some of these guys-
my take till later when we talk
that he
about
was. I do think
paying people or not.
a lot of this is going to depend on how they do in spring training. So
I'll save my disgust. I'll save my.
there's, yes, yes.
Costas.
Okay,
10 million
I knew.
max.
Okay, I know he was up to.
He was there for what was that? 2020. Wasn't
But
he
it
like
wasn't
our
a
go-to-
high pressure
he was one of our
situation.
go-tos in 2020? Was he not? I mean, don't get me wrong. That was a weak staff that year. Wasn't he like our go-to? He was one of our go-to.
He was there for 20 and 21.
Yeah, he was with the 2 years.
No, that was a weak staff.
Then he was there for 58.
So it was 21.
Well,
He was there for 20
Okay.
and 21, so he's had
Uh-huh.
3 years since it was. First year, he was only
Oh,
there for 6
next up,
games, and then he was there
who's on deck?
for 2 and 3 with a 4.7 ERA. So he's had better years since the Astros.
Next up, who's on deck?
on deck we have the
Home of the
Zytho
Yellow Rose.
Philly Smash IPA from the Lone Pint Brewery
go.
up in Magnolia, Texas.
Home of the Yellow Rose.
Yes.
I'm gonna give a 30 on the sound.
We be sipping. Sounds
I
crisp.
need you, Mark, to score the mouthfeel on this one.
Watch the sport
carbonation.
track.
Warmth, creaminess, astringency, and whatever palate sensation you
Okay.
get.
That's a little.
Carbonation, warmth, creaminess, astringency, whatever palate sensation you get.
Smells like beer. Rachel just watched it recently.
Oh, what does that taste? That smells like, gosh.
This is
It smells like
The-
honeycomb.
smells like a 3 sheets kind of night.
Smells like honeycomb.
Cool.
I'm gonna say Wire Walker was better,
It's definitely not as
taste wise or flavor wise.
to the mouth. That I won't say the other one's bitter. It's just
It's not crisp. It's like silky, like a little
Yeah.
smoother.
it doesn't. It's a little bit more mellow for me. It feels like, but
Had a 2-year.
I, yeah.
Who is this? Oh, okay.
So you still with the
Yeah.
Mets for now to start off with. So
If that would have came out today, Astros signed Brooks Raley,
yeah,
3-year,
Brooks.
$12 million deal. would like
Brooks.
Hmm.
So
would have came out today, Astros signed. Be like, okay. 3-year, $12 million.
I wouldn't hate it
And I'm not trying to say they're the same guy.
because
I'm
then
just
it's only
saying, like,
you said 3 or 12 million, so that's only 4 million a season. Well, yeah. So I mean,
I'm not trying to say they're the same guy.
no, I know what you're getting at. It's a lefty arm, gets you when you go against lefty batters. So well, for now, starting off with
So-
until they make. Well, that put them over the thing
With the
now.
Hader deal?
Yes, so they pay the next. They and because of that, since they went over, they had to give up a second round pick and $500,000 in
What's
their
your
national
what would
pool
be
money.
your issue
Something.
with McCullers?
Yes, with the
going
Hader deal.
Like, do you just still
They
see
just signed,
it
like,
being an
7
issue
guys
with his
the other
arm,
day.
having to go every other day? What would be your issue with McCullers? I mean, I know
don't-
he doesn't want it, but
Okay.
hey, somebody's gotta talk to the guy and be like, hey, tell about what you want now.
Now that we have,
I mean, I know he doesn't want it, but it's a lot of money for him. Talk to the guy and be like, hey, tell about what you want now.
I wouldn't. Is it a lot of money to form? As we're talking about, that means you have 3 guys around 15, because Presley's at 14 mil.
And one of them hasn't
Now you have
played.
Hader at 19 million, and you have McCullers at 17.5 million. So 3 guys averaging 16.
I'll say this: Montero
$1 million.
played all last year. Didn't get hurt.
And then Montero. So okay, so thanks, Couch Craig.
I'll say this: Montero played all last year.
Yeah.
Didn't get hurt.
We all want him to get hurt. Not that I wish anyone ever get hurt, but somehow he just wasn't
He
feeling
pitched better definitely in the second half of the season for sure.
he's-
But I mean, he still had his issues.
it. I think he
I think-
pitched better.
His control was a big one.
Uh,
I mean, we're getting into
And-
3-2 counts every batter. Isn't going to help
yes,
anyone.
but
I mean, he still had his issues. But so I mean, it's almost like him and Javier had the same issue with the fastball, and it may have just been, I don't know if it
When
was
his fastball's flat,
tired,
everything was so.
but
I mean,
I
you
mean,
can
we'll
throw.
see. They've had more time off this year. There's no World Baseball Classic, so we'll see what a regular offseason looks like.
Yeah.
And that was Javier's. Was that his second? Because the year
That
the year
too.
going into the World Baseball Classic, that was his first year to start all year. And then last year was his second year. So
He came in. I think just a lot of fatigue played in, and then of course if you do the World Baseball Classic, it throws off your whole spring training, just getting ready for the season. So it's kind of.
I just like Garcia. I like him in the rotation. I just like his stuff isn't.
Well, Garcia didn't really
I
get
mean, I
to
know he came
go
in
much with the
in
time
Seattle,
issue to his
but he
arm.
ended up being like a
or
start
he-
basically because he threw what?
It,
four or
it
five
did,
innings.
but
McCullers, his stuff translates to the pin because if you just let it, like, if he knows he's only going in
four
for an
innings
inning
or something
two,
like that. Yeah.
he can let it rip with the fastball and his breaking ball, like, best one on the staff probably. His slider, and you can't get better than that. When it's on, yes. when Bryce Harper doesn't know that it's coming, and telling everybody else, hey,
Oh, I don't doubt
here's
his
the tip.
his
And
pitches
then you got
are
Alec Baum up
when you
there
throw what was it?
going yakadakadoo. Still hot.
Hot take. Yeah. But I wouldn't hate McCullers going to the bullpen. I mean, because
Yeah, because if you think
recently,
about it,
before his
17,
injury,
he comes in
he
later in
only
the
had
year,
that one
he's starting,
solid
but
first half
then
of
we
the
get into
season
the
in
playoffs,
19.
he immediately goes to the pin.
After,
Yeah, because if you think about it, 17 comes in later in the year, he's starting,
yeah.
but then we get into the playoffs, he immediately goes to the pin.
Well, he went to because he was the
Maybe.
fourth. Because that year we had
Is that Dallas? DK.
yeah.
How can he
Well, I was saying
forget
because we picked up JV. You had your
Yeah.
favorite
But he was
lefty
in
at
the
the
pin
time.
too? Oh no, was he just in the pin for Game 7?
Keuchel,
Okay,
yeah.
that's right.
We had Chuck.
You had a Peacock. He was in the pin too? Oh no.
Yeah, him and McCullers were kind of. And then.
You had a Peacock.
Oh, but he went to the bullpen.
No, yeah,
Brad
17, but he was in the
Peacock.
pin.
Oh, and then he also had
And then
a.
he got-
He's a free agent.
Yeah,
No, Musgrove was
buttered
already
about
traded.
it, I guess.
Um,
Then he had to
No, he was with us. You're right. He,
get the knife out.
he was in
of
the
her
pin.
back. And then he got
We got traded in the offseason to.
exactly. If you don't want it,
Oh, he wasn't legit or whatever he claimed last
Fires.
season.
is
Okay,
over
then,
there, too.
then give me the ring. I'll take it on your behalf.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said his name.
If you didn't want it,
That
then
guy,
don't accept
that
it.
one
like,
guy.
Oh yes, the rat.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said his name. Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, he was, and
You know what? If
Um,
we'd assigned him to be
well,
a reliever for
McHugh.
same sort of contract that we.
he's a free agent right now.
You know what? If we'd assigned him, and then he was at the Red Sox, was he not?
Well, that's what he's doing now. He's
But he's really good in the pin.
he
Take that
got
guy.
he
I
was
don't
traded
care
around
about
last
him.
year, but yeah, he was with the Braves. I think to start off with, or
He can move it.
Red
He
Sox,
can-
and
he
he
can
was
spin it.
Reds. He kind of, yeah. I mean, he throws like 89 miles per hour, but yeah,
What was that whip?
yeah. He's
All the. You know what? I'm surprised we haven't even talked about whip.
okay. Chase is all
Let's
about
see
the
here.
whip.
Let's see what we just paid for whipped today.
Ooh,
Josh Hader might be my favorite player.
what's a
Hold
good
on.
whip, Chase?
Let's see what we just paid. It's probably, watch, it's probably like sub 9.9. Career 0.94 whip.
If his whip is what?
Wow.
Below.
Oh yeah,
Well,
1.1. Not
that
bad.
means he
Not
doesn't
as good
give-
as like
doesn't give
here's
up
the
Walker
issue.
hit.
First 5 years,
He's sending him a pitch every.
sub 1, sub 1 whip. Next 4 years, 1.2, 1.11, 1.6. And then 1.1 again, which I think there was, I don't know if something mechanical was going on, but he got it fixed.
Great
Because he
face.
was good at the end
Oh,
of
hello.
last year. Yeah, this was Hater, yes.
So are you on Hater? Is that who you're referring to him? Yeah.
Lance is going to have
He
to
did
whip.
struggle for at some points through all that. So yes,
Yeah, Lance. I know. What I'm getting with Lance is we have enough starting
Exactly.
pitching now.
That's a good
I know he
point.
wants to be starting pitcher, but I think he does more harm to the bullpen because he can't get out of more than 4 or 5 innings because he's already had 100 pitches.
Exactly.
And
That's
so,
a good point.
and I know his
Put him
mindset.
in
I want
with
to strike
the high
everyone
leverage
out,
situation,
but with that
he
mindset,
does a lot
he
better in high
does a lot
leverage
of pitches by
situations.
doing that instead of just
Like
try.
as a starting
yeah,
pitcher,
he'll get
it
strikeouts,
almost feels
but
like
at
he
least-
has to get a feel into the game before he actually gets in a groove. And so, like his first
throw 20-something curveballs in a
3
row
innings,
and then go to the World Series.
just a base runner fest, and you're sitting there yelling at the TV. I don't know how many times my wife has heard me say some hateful things about Lance.
What are you doing?
I don't know how many times my wife has heard me say some hateful things about Lance.
His best year was 2021. Had 185 strikeouts, 13 and 5, but his walks was a 3.1 ERA.
Yeah, because he nibbles. He started.
And that's when we lost him in the.
That was the Keuchel had
It was. But Keuchel, I mean, Keuchel threw 90 miles an hour. He's fine.
And that's
Oh yeah, when people were like, "I'll let
he
you
wasn't about
nibble."
throwing hard. He was, but
people started sitting on the ERA just
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
they knew they had to come in.
I'll let you.
it's all right. I'm not gonna. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna start Chase. You're gonna have to come throw in the zone now. But yeah, then that's when because Lance was our star pitcher for 21 because we had lost Verlander to Tommy John surgery that year, and then of course that's when McCullers felt the twinge or tingle in his forearm in the playoffs
'cause
against the White Sox that year in 21.
He threw,
And then we had
he had the
McCullers
great
gone all of
game against the
22.
Mariners
Came back near the end of the season in
In
22,
Seattle.
but
in the weather.
and then he felt
And then the next game got lit, and that's when he was hurt again.
yep.
In Seattle.
Yep.
In the weather.
Yep.
And then the next game got lit. Yeah, I don't know what we were doing. Just get the surgery.
Right, and then
I mean, I
try to
know.
go
I know.
rehab,
Don't get me wrong.
let it
Like,
heal,
all
and then
for the
I
progressive
opted for
treatments to avoid
surgery
surgery,
again
but
for the second time.
just get the surgery.
Well, because
Don't get me wrong. Like, all for
And-
the progressive treatments to avoid surgery.
he was saying the way the ligament tore this time is different than a normal
Well,
time
and,
because
like-
it was already repaired, and so it's a much more
I don't know. His
extensive
mechanics just don't seem
procedure,
conducive
and
to a
rehab,
long-term
and just
healthy
and
arm
healing. So
as a starter. He's got one of those weird, kinky deliveries. Yeah,
well,
I mean, it's just something.
yeah, it's like what's his
Oh yeah, I mean,
Lincecum.
so much effort went into it.
Tim his mechanics were not good, but allowed him to throw hard. But then of course when
The
your
same
body gets to
one.
a certain
It's the
point,
same
it just
one.
says no more. But if you do go back and look at how
Mhm.
McCullers throws, go
Mhm.
look at senior McCullers. That's where he gets it. His dad is the exact same way.
And he won't have to
McCullers?
throw those.
I think he does.
Just be like, hey, fastball slider.
So he throws a knuckle curve too.
flip a knuckle curve up there every once in a while. Fastball slider. But now we're gonna watch fastball
Yeah.
sliders from a $95 million man.
Boom.
He's
Like,
on. I mean, I
wouldn't
gotta
be the
start
worst
liking him
thing,
now.
just,
He's on the team. He's from Millersville, Maryland.
He's home. No, he was just with the Astros organization. Yeah, Hader was with the Astros organization, and he was traded to Brewers for the
Carlos
Rat
Gomez was awful.
and Carlos Gomez in 2015.
He almost single-handedly ruined.
And we know how both those players panned out.
Because Correa got on the. He was like Gomez
I
was
was
about to,
not happy when they.
just a flash, a drip, swag, and I was like, this is not good. And we were fortunate. I mean, I know a lot of.
Oh, the flash.
We were fortunate.
Yeah.
We were fortunate to get Beltran in some ways, just not
Yeah.
other ways.
Wait.
I know a lot of. But we were fortunate. We were fortunate to get Beltran in some ways. This is gonna be ironic, but I think the professionalism
We got him for
Beltran
his.
displayed
We got him for his
helped some
his
of our
leadership
younger guys.
and his knowledge.
Dude, good for Marlon.
Hmm.
Got paid.
Oh, your favorite player, Marwin?
Which will. That might. We'll get into that later. Got paid.
He benefited very well from that one.
Which will. That or his swinging out of his pants and his helmet
my
would
favorite.
fall off.
Gomez.
Strike
As he
one.
rounds second base after hitting a home run.
What are we doing?
Remember that chase?
That or his swinging out of his pants.
Oh, as hard as he could. Yes.
What are we doing?
So, all right. Moving on from the current roster. So, we have two players currently. Okay, let's go 4 players. Current roster right now. Altuve and Bregman are set to become free agents after this season.
Are you sure about that? Because I thought we came out and said that Bregman.
I feel confident Altuve will be back. Bregman is probably going to be playing more likely for another organization.
Oh, okay. Oh, for about like rumors about trading him. Yeah.
He's for the guy for the season, and Brown was okay with not getting anything in return.
Oh, okay. Oh, for about like rumors about trading him.
Trading him, yeah. Brown said no. He's our guy for this. Like, we're not trading him. Which the only way you trade him is if there's someone
We don't have any.
up and coming or proven already that you can keep for a long period of time. But you're not going to trade someone like Bregman and use Kissinger or someone like that at third base. Like that's why
Which I think
he's
it
like,
just
there's no one in the
depends
farm
on
system
what
to
his
call up
demands are.
that can replace him this year.
Why? How old is he going to be?
Leon, I don't see him playing third base.
I think it just depends. 32.
His demands is going to be in the $200
He's
million
not been
range.
trending upwards.
31, 32. Yeah.
I hope he hears this because it would be nice. if
He may not
turned
get the
out
same
all
number as
season.
Machado, but it's going to be. Every time we talk crap about him, he turns it on. And he. When we're. So I was in a. I'm like 30? Okay. 30 this.
3 years,
Turning 30
16
this
million?
season? Okay. So he'll be 31
3 years, 16
on his
million?
new contract.
81?
I
What was
was
he making?
out of town.
But I wouldn't. He's not worth that.
Wait, wasn't that?
Sorry, my.
Yeah,
LSU
he's making
faithful.
28 million right now or 29. Yeah, he's not gonna take.
If he can put together a full season this year, where it's not, I'm gonna take till. Yeah, I'm not gonna take till July. If he can put together a full season this year, where it's not.
Because he turned it on in July, late July, and I. Because we're getting with this, Altuve will
what's he
be
making
back.
right now? Well,
He's been
28
pretty clear
million?
he wants to stay in Houston. He's not about. He wants to get paid, but he doesn't need to be $35 million or
Was
to that.
some of
extent.
this deferred?
Altuve,
is
he's
this
28 million. That's, yeah, or
Uh,
30 or something around there. Yeah. So
Was some of this deferred?
no, this per the only deferred money right now is Greinke from when we got him from the Diamondbacks back in 2019. I think we still have 2 more years or 3 more years of deferred money at 15 million if I'm not wrong. 12 million. Okay. So he's not gonna get Machado money or that
Okay,
much, but
so
it's
let's-
gonna be
I had
good chunk, and I think
Altuve
it's gonna be in
brought up.
225, 250 range, around 7 years. So
So let's AJ Bregman. Okay, like y'all said, 20.5. AJ Bregman. I don't know. Like y'all said, 20.5. What was the projection? That's your projection.
that's what you're saying for
Holy smokes.
projection. This is Couch Greg's projection. Couch Greg's projection. 37 and a half. Yeah, someone will.
Okay,
Yeah, I think he'll at least
Well, let's just
average
be realistic
35
here.
at the low end.
let's just look at his career.
At 6 years, at
First 4 seasons,
the least amount.
trends
I don't think it'll be
upwards.
more than 8 years.
After he's 25,
Alright.
everything has just gone downhill. That also coincided with our favorite sports story of all time, the trash cans. So I hate to say it, but not a good look. That also coincided with because you go from first 4 years, 8 homers, 19 homers, 31 homers, 41 homers. The last 2 years, 286 and 296 at the batting average, and then the very next year, COVID. We won't even do next year. We won't even do the COVID year. Let's do the next year. 270. Power number was 12. What are we doing? And then the next year, power numbers doubles 23, but we're at 259 batting average. Last year, 262 in the batting average department. 25 bombs. What are we doing? I would not pay that guy. What would you say? What'd you say? There's no way. Why? I'm not going over 20. There's no way. I mean, I know he's gonna try.
You said
Which
37
goes to
and a
your
half
point.
mil.
He's not gonna. He's probably not gonna be
Per-
next year,
per
'cause
year
I
for
would
6
not go over
years.
20. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want him back on the team for over 20. I mean, I know he's gonna. Okay. Which goes to your point. He's not gonna. He's probably not gonna be next year because I would not go. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't.
Well, yeah, that's
Oh, I love Bregman. I know I hate on him all the time, but I love Bregman.
yeah. Dana's a smart guy. He's with the Braves. Look what and Bregman was an excellent. He's a good ball player, hands down. Like,
I'm telling you, she's heard very mean things.
but Astros are.
I'm telling you, she's heard very mean things. Well, hold on. What do you pay Altuve? He's gonna be 35.
Yeah,
Is he
Bregman's
not?
gone. Altuve will be back.
No,
And
34.
then-
Sorry.
Leads us to the 2 other players.
Well, hold on.
Okay, what you got?
He's gonna be 35. Is he not?
30,
No,
30.
34. Sorry.
33, 34. He's gonna get.
Yeah, he'll be
he's-
35.
I think he
next-
stays around the
next year.
same. He's getting paid right now, 28 mil. It might be another 4-year, 5-year deal.
20.
To finish him off here in Houston.
No.
And then, okay. Okay, I say 4-year deal at that's 80 no.
Baseball contract.
It's gonna be 120 million for 4 years. That puts him at 28 million per
Like, don't
season
get me
right
wrong.
now.
The guy, he can, he can still swing it.
Either. Okay. This is what they're gonna do with Altuve. I feel like
Like, don't get me wrong. The guy.
he has Boris as his agent, but he doesn't use Boris like the other guys do. Like, he's been pretty straightforward. He's like, I want to stay in Houston. I'll get paid what I think, but I don't need to be paid $38 million. Like, that's not his mindset on that. If they do a contract, they will do an extension. He might have a higher annual salary to start off with, and then it'll go down from there to finish off his contract, I feel like. Or be flipped, and it goes up the other way. I don't want deferred money,
So is Boris just going in there like?
but I know that's what a lot of they're doing. And
if
if Crane's still in charge, he's probably going to say we're
regardless
going to
of
defer
where
some of
he's
that
at
just
his
to help
career,
out with the
because he's
luxury
going to be at the
tax stuff.
back end. He's showing signs of getting hurt. I mean, we had an oblique injury.
Probably.
I mean, I know he got hit in the hand. Can't really help that, but he had the oblique.
Boris is-
He's had some hammy issues. So I don't see us paying that much money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't see us paying that much. People hated the Biggio route.
Two would be, I think, no more than 4 years, and then he's going to go on the Biggio route.
Don't get me
It's
wrong,
going to be year by
I
year
love-
with him until he hits the milestone he needs to hit. So I agree. But
It'll
I think
be
that's
it's gonna be tight getting it to 3.
Who,
Well, you just have to
Altuve?
stay healthy.
Yeah, he's over 2,000. Yeah, just because of the COVID year and then his. Well, and then the string of injuries he's had, like I said, getting hit in the hand. I mean, there's nothing. But. So we'll have a new third baseman next season.
Is it time for,
And House is.
is it time for my hot? Is it time for my hot?
Based off what they have right now, no one really comes up.
Trade the.
I don't know if you want to look up. I think Astros.
Pedro Leon, Hunter Brown, Brian Abreu.
I
Especially
don't remember
now,
what your
we
hot
already
take
got
was on,
we got our guy. And then bring home Anthony Rendon
That's right.
and Mike Trout. Have
For-
them pay some of that contract that's still left, and let's
this
wear
is
him
it.
out
And then
till the.
bring home. And then bring home.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
You bring him back home. Hopefully, he doesn't get hurt. I don't know what. That guy has fallen
Well,
apart. the
Rendon's
last
contract's
2 years.
only 2 more years, so.
Bring him back home. Hopefully, he doesn't get hurt. I think it's just Angels is just they got bad mojo over there.
We fell apart on Carlos, and he fell apart when he signed his big
Josh
contract for the
Hamilton,
Angels,
Albert Pujols,
just like any Angels that they signed.
Rendon. They probably did
Yeah,
it to
when they
Trout.
signed Josh Hamilton.
He signed that big contract and he started getting hurt again. Yeah.
Well, I'm about to get there. So right. Going back to the current roster, like getting another bat in place. I had wrote down here I would like them to have, because Chapman's a free agent right now. He's going to be a lot of money, but the problem is they don't have room for him unless you move. That's the thing, is like if they think they could have signed Chapman or pay him what he's asking for it, then I think Brown would have looked at probably trading Bregman, but he probably viewed it as Bregman is just as good, if not better. We'll keep him for one more year, and then I would have to look up to see who his free agents after next season for third base, or who can play third base in general.
Farm
As far as
system
the
sucks.
Astros organization, I don't feel confident with the organization, the current people they have there to take over third base. It's been depleted for
We
4
love getting
years now.
JV.
Like every time they get going, they use them to trade to get JV or just other players.
Did Dana Brown know we had JV?
Yeah, I know we got him for nothing because the Mets practically bought our
as a
farm
joke.
system, but
Did
we
he
had
already
JV
know
for this
he's
year.
been here?
And then did Dana Brown know? Well, he's the one who made the trade. Yeah, fair. Yeah. So he's off, driving his Lambo down MJ's entrance there at the Grove. Yeah, Verlander's under contract this year, and then he's got his vesting option if he hits so many innings pitched, which
His free agent
he
list
will.
Kinda
Then he's
thin.
with the Astros for the 25 season, and then he's a free agent. It's
How
this
how
year,
old is
or-
Moncada?
is
But he gets hurt. I mean, both those guys get hurt a lot.
But I was gonna say, looking at what free agents are out there, like I said, I was on board with Chapman. I don't. I know they were going to do this. Like I said, this is all pre-Hater signing today. Bellinger, because there's talks of getting another. He can play outfield and first base. I wouldn't have hated it for me just to have another left-handed bat and just put him in left field. Just he would have been relatively cheap, but Jock Peterson. He still could be looked at because he would only want. What did he get paid last year? If you don't mind looking that up real quick. If they can pay him $10 million,
not a big Jock fan.
12 at the most on the high end, that helps. Jock Peterson.
We
Just-
missed our outfield chance with.
Okay, he's gonna probably want around the same then. Then if he wants that at least $20 million a season, then the Astros are out on that.
There was an opportunity to.
The Reynolds they extend, but
Did
I
we
mean,
make a move that year that
He might
they
end up being
were-
traded.
was that this?
There
year?
was.
Was that this past year? Okay.
They'll probably end up trading him in
Okay.
2 years when they still haven't developed anyone and they're still finishing.
Did we make a move that year that they were?
They extended him last
That
season.
one hurt.
This past season they extended him, yes, because
That
he
was
was
the,
like, I
more
want to be extended. I'm
realistic,
okay with
schedule.
staying here, but he's like, but extend me, so make it happen.
Reese Hoskins. I like Reese Hoskins.
Another one, somehow, I don't know how you feel about this one.
That's fine.
We
That's
could
fine,
have
he's
moved up
fresh.
Brayu,
A brand new knee.
Reese Hoskins. He didn't play
I
last
think
year.
everyone
ACL,
misses
like,
Yuli.
first week of spring training or whatever it was. So, yes,
Dude, I don't know what it is.
He
but
is
those,
missed,
like,
and
the Cuban players that
apparently
came
he's
over
still
here,
drawing interest
the
from
ones
teams
that
right
came
now.
over
I've
later in
been
their
reading
career.
about
They're still going.
they're 9-40, but
Like,
I mean,
Yuli about to be 40. He was still killing it with that. Like, we got Yuli. When did he start? When he was 32 or 30?
well, yeah.
Was he in his 30s though already? Yeah. He's smashing. He's like he was young. Same thing with Abreu. When Abreu went to the White
we
Sox,
got him
he
what,
was
in the
older.
2016 season, going
And
into
then
2017.
he
Yeah, he was already 32,
pumped out
33. So.
30 home run, 100 RBI seasons, like 6 or 7 in a row.
Oh yeah,
Yuli? Yeah, he was already pretty old. What's that? What's that one? What's up next? What's on deck?
right. Yes,
Never had it.
this was. We have on
okay.
deck.
Utah
We
makes some
have.
good beer.
It's called Squatters Craft Beer.
At
They
4.5
are out of
ABV
Salt Lake City.
cans. I don't think I saw
It is
anything
a-
over 5 in Utah.
Double IPA.
Oh.
False. Gotcha. It says this Mighty Hop Lover's Dream. A hop rising adds multi backbone to an intense Imperial IPA. This insanely smooth, dry hopped ale has everything. 9% alcohol by volume, 72
I'll give a
IBUs.
full
And
6
yes,
points
that's
for
our
appearance.
master brewer pitching in on the label.
Oh,
Jason
appearance
Stock.
of the
So that's their master brewer on the can.
they need that needs honestly the can appearance needs to be a category.
They're talking about the beer, not the can.
We be sipping.
Yeah, so. We be sipping.
You get none, you will like it.
Just give you some of that couch Greg. Yeah, I think Reese would be.
Yeah, I mean, like, especially this.
As far as I mean, I know there's a bunch of other
What-
still
what-
free agents
what's out
out there,
there
but
now
those are
is
ones I was just
it's
briefly looking at the other day. Like, would have been solid.
Yeah, I mean, like, especially this. Gonna say West Coast.
Because obviously the big,
Now is
the- because the
Did he
biggest
even
one was
talk to the
Ohtani,
Mets or
which
Yankees? Did he talk to the Mets or
we-
Yankees?
everyone knew that he was.
Had to have.
The
Right?
Astros weren't even. Well, definitely West Coast.
Did he even talk to the Mets or Yankees? Did he talk to the Mets or Yankees?
They may have probably checked in. I don't know how serious it became. At least the Yankees
He's still
knew
19.
what he was wanting. I don't think they want to because now they acquired. Did you know he's 19-year-old Juan Soto?
He's still 19. I mean, is he? Is he,
But yeah, so now Juan Soto paying him the highest ever for arbitration at $31 million. So
I mean,
we're getting there. We're getting there. And then so I was like for pitching, I was saying they needed pitching big time. The Astros did, and they got when they Hader helps.
Couch Greg was
But
actually showing me
If
where
we need another starter,
that was
I
a
know
thing.
they're going to rely on what they currently have.
We were
but
looking at him and Hader.
Blake Snell's still out there.
Which
That was a thing. I like Snell.
wouldn't hate it.
Astros.
We were looking at him and Hader. The Astros have hinted now that they've signed Hader that can go after Snell.
Which
I like Snell,
well, could you not go for like?
but I
if you're
think
gonna go lefty,
I,
not even that. I mean, what about the
Snell just because
what about
he's
the Rangers
very
guy,
up and down.
Montgomery?
So
Well, could you not go for like if you're gonna go lefty?
Alex
Brandon
Wood.
Woodruff might be interesting to look at.
Mo- Montgomery, I put him on too. I wouldn't be mad about
Zach Greinke
getting
at
him.
40.
Uh,
We're already paying him.
you know, it might be interesting. Depends how his shoulder holds up.
Lorenzen.
Yeah, we'll pay you $1 because we're still paying you $12.5 million. Come, so.
He could do both. He was a reliever, but he had a pretty successful
I'm not
starting pitcher
bad,
campaign
no,
last year.
but I
No hitter.
well, it'd only be for 1 year because we don't know how he's going to be, but it would be worth the shot just to take a gamble on him. And if it works out, great. If it doesn't, all right, we only paid him $20 million,
No.
right?
Never.
I don't know how far along he is in his rehab from his surgery, but I wouldn't be mad if they signed him for 1 year, Kershaw.
No. Never.
He's staying probably either he finishes with the Dodgers,
That guy.
and then
What?
and then okay.
No. No to Kershaw.
You still need
No
me
to
to do that?
Kershaw.
You need to.
Or he's out of baseball.
No.
No to Kershaw.
Okay.
No to Kershaw.
He stays with the Dodgers, or they'll re-sign him. But now they have Ohtani. But Ohtani can't throw this year anyway.
There's
So,
actually quite a few like. You could probably get.
and he'll
some good
probably throw
flyers
1
on
year
some
with
of
the
these
Rangers just to
starting
finish up his
pitching
career
free
because he
agents.
is from Dallas.
There's some Spencer Turnbull. Eric Lauer, lefty. Ryu, how do you say it?
There's arms out
He's
there.
37.
I don't think the
He's
Astros going
37.
to dabble on any of them. So
Matthew Boyd. Ooh,
yeah, he was.
we can bring him back.
Yeah, and he's been
Round
injury
two.
prone since he went to when he signed his contract with the Blue
Yours
Jays.
truly, Jake Odorizzi.
Yeah.
I just want to see him go through his full warm up mid game when somebody gets injured and they bring him in.
That guy won a World
that was
Series
the
ring for
all-time
not
power
throwing a
move.
single ball last year.
I just want to see him go through his full national television. I'm gonna do my full warm up routine, and y'all are gonna watch. And you're gonna
Yeah.
like it.
So
Yeah, but he he beat his girlfriend.
like it.
Yeah, we don't need him.
yeah, well, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. He beat the living crud out of his girlfriend. If he didn't do that, I would be like, let's look at him too for pitching, but he's in hot water.
Done.
Speaking of hot water,
Wait, so can the
Uh,
Rays get their money back, or can they void
Wander
the
Franco.
contract?
Franco Wanda, whatever. He's done.
Okay. Wait, so can the Rays get their money that sucks. Or can they void?
Yes, if it's something like
Shouldn't
that
have done
happens,
his right.
they do not have to pay the player the money if it's stuff like that. So, yeah. But yeah. So then, we move. So we have Bregman, Altuve, free agents this year. Then the following year, we have Tucker and Framber set to become free agents. Both agreed on their one arbitration for this year. Tucker was happy with the $12 million, and then they did Framber at $12.1 million. So he pitched this year at that rate. They can try to extend him, or at least buy him out for next year. But at this point, it's not likely.
I mean, these are tough.
So we have Tucker and Framber
I
for
don't-
2 more years.
I really like both those guys, but at the same time, I mean, these are tough. I think it's. I don't. Like looking down the road, you gotta see
Yep.
at the same time about the possibility of bringing in talent for via trade, because like we've already mentioned, our farm system is shot. So if those guys, I mean, granted, if those guys are the guys, I mean, you can build a team around them. I mean, they're still going to be young. I mean, or semi-young. I mean, what's Tucker going to be? Those guys are the guys. You can build a team around them. I mean, they're still going to be young. So if you give those guys 5-6 years,
He's 28 as well right now, I think.
is he?
Or
Is he that old?
27, 20.
Okay.
Framber's 30. Or he's 31.
Uh-huh.
So. Framber, yeah.
Devil's advocate here, okay? So the Astros
Oh.
trade deadline.
Yeah, if this year is starting to go down the, if it's starting to go in the gutter, you have to.
Trade deadline to shore up the farm system.
If the Astros are 50-50 and making playoffs, either they'll be buyers just to see, but I don't see that happening. Then if they for sure, it's either they're out for sure or it's just going to be like, all right, we have a really big hole to dig out of just to get a wild card spot. They'll be sellers and Bregman's gone. So they're not going to trade Tucker.
Well, he better kill it.
Maybe
At the
Framber might be thrown
you
in
know,
there. I know there was talks
between now
that
and
to trade
August.
Framber. So I was reading
Start
some
season
articles
August, he better
because there'd be some
lighting
teams
it up,
very interested in
'cause
him.
If we were to be in a position that we need to sell, we need to get as much as we can. And he's a guy. He's one of those guys. Tucker's one of those guys. Bregman will be one of those guys. I hope we're not sellers, but you never know. Devil's advocate. Better hope we're not buyers. I'll be calling Jimmy
I don't-
right
No.
up. We need a center
So we're on
fielder.
to will you know?
Jake Meyer sucks.
Why haven't we ever explored the Jake Myers trade?
He sucks.
It's very little for him. Because he's cheap. They probably would throw him in a trade if the team needed an outfielder. Like, all right, our guy's not worth anything. And they're getting, let's say, a third baseman in return, something, whatever it is. And like, all right, we need an outfielder. All right, we'll throw you Jake Myers. Whatever. Here's a bone. Take it. That's the only way. There's not a. You wouldn't get
He's okay.
unless he can prove he can hit, but you don't get a big haul on someone who can play good defense. I'm sorry, it
Marisnik.
just doesn't work out. So
He's literally Jake Marisnik.
He's-
Actually,
no,
I'll go as far as Jake
he's a
Marisnik
good
was way
defenseman.
better
and
than
he
him
bats
in
what
defense.
230, 240.
Jake Marisnik is one of the best defensive
Jake Snake, man.
I've ever seen.
Actually, I'll go as far as
Hot.
Jake Marisnik was way better than him in defense.
Yes.
Jake Marisnik was the best defense.
No.
Carl Everett.
Carl Everett.
How can you say that?
No.
Richard Hidalgo.
Yeah, there you go.
Carl Everett.
Epitome of defense.
Moises Alou. No, yes, that was excellent infielder. Excellent infielder. Can't hit. So,
Flash or cash?
so with that in mind, we're still free agents. We have a little segment called Flash or Cash. This is where we talk about cash is where you're going to pay someone out good money and you think they're worth that amount, or they flash and you pay way too much and overprice and it doesn't work out. So, starting with our soon-to-be free agents if they don't extend them. Altuve, cash for flash.
Especially if he wants whatever y'all say he wants. I'm not paying that guy
Bregman.
that much. Sorry, Bregman.
Flash. Especially if he wants.
Oh, cash. Easy. Kyle Tucker.
I'm not paying that
If we're not going to trade him
Okay.
for prospects, you have to pay that guy.
Kyle
He's
Tucker.
proven he
Easy. Kyle Tucker.
to this point he's been healthy,
For prospects, you can pay that.
Yeah.
still trending in my opinion. I still don't think he's had his best offensive year.
Been healthy.
Yep. He
Just
has.
just started wearing batting gloves.
He's a top defense player.
He's had his best.
Gold glove, right? You won a gold glove.
He still alternates on doing that.
Just started wearing batting gloves.
He does it for a little bit, then he goes back to bare hands.
Right?
Yeah, he was also up.
He's a 30-30 guy.
Yeah, well,
So,
but he's a top five
Not
defense
technically, but
right fielder.
like I said, hasn't had his best
Can
offensive
hit.
year yet,
He's a 30-30.
which will probably be this
Yep.
year. And then we're gonna have to, and then we're gonna have to pay him boo-goos of money.
Hasn't had his best offensive year.
But I'd be all right with that because
This year he just got
if
married,
he's
so
28 or
he's gonna
whatever,
light it up
he's going
this
to
year.
be. You give him 7 years. You get the prime. You get his
He's
prime
gonna
and
be.
you know,
But I'd be all right with that.
in his later
because
years, and then it's somebody
28
else's
or whatever, he's
problem.
going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Give him 7 years.
Yeah, exactly.
You get his prime. His home run numbers in his later years, and then somebody else.
And he doesn't get hurt. Knock on wood.
Yeah, exactly. 21 to 23.
Way better than Preston.
30, 30, 20.
Way better than Preston.
37, 28, 27.
But yeah, cash, easy. I mean, have to.
Way better than Chris.
I'm a cash guy on
Well,
Framber.
Preston was never.
I think he's good. I mean,
long term.
he's big, strong guy. I like
Okay.
his
Framber.
motion, how he throws the ball. I think it's repeatable.
I mean,
He's getting his own head,
strong
but
guy.
I can see him.
his
Be,
his motion.
you're a flash guy.
I think it's repeatable. He can get in his own head, but
Cash.
I
Cash.
can see him. You're a flash guy.
I
Watch him
I'm
mess
gonna
around
have to go
and
with
get a
Couch
Cy
Greg.
Young
I
next
think
year.
he's flash on for me. I think he's past his. He's still gonna be good. I just
No, because
don't
he's already
think he's
been
worth.
good. Did you not see him in the World Series when we won it? That whole
He
the whole
probably
postseason.
will just because it's his.
No, because he's already been good. Did you not see him in the World Series when we won it?
Yeah.
No big deal.
The whole postseason.
And he started off strong last year, and then he fell off the second half, and then all he had the second half to show was the no hitter he threw. So, I mean, it's still accomplishment. The Rat did it, and there's some shiny substance inside the palm of his glove, but that's,
I'm gonna have to say Flash on him.
And then
Hey, I don't like him.
talking about Cody Bellinger, his $200-something million. That's a flash, in my opinion.
I'm gonna have to say Flash. I would not pay that guy.
Setting aside like or dislike.
Flash. I would not pay that. Ooh.
I'm
Jake
with you. I
Myers
wouldn't pay him
or
either.
Cody Bellinger.
If you need a 1-year deal just to fill a hole in your lineup, then
The Cubs.
him.
Cody Bellinger. Jake Myers or Cody Bellinger.
Which Cody Bellinger?
That's the hard part. Like, I would have to say the same.
Then
But
Cody Bellinger.
I'm not paying. Again, $250 million or whatever. There's no way.
Well, yeah, which
I would have to say the same.
so
Do the Cubs even want him back? Like, do they are they in the running?
no, I'll pay him at $22 million a season for 4 years.
Do the Cubs even want him back? Like, do they?
I don't know where they're at with their roster. I'm sure they would. I think. Did they sign anyone? I haven't looked to see if they made too much moves this offseason. I know the Yankees signed
I wouldn't mind
Marcus Stroman.
Mm-hmm.
2 years at like $38 million or something around there. I want to say
in a trade.
Um,
I wouldn't mind Marcus Stroman.
he's a solid.
Mm-hmm.
There was talks of trying to acquire him,
second half of the
but
year, right?
I think it's just the asking price, and just decided not to go through with it because it would have been a rental, potentially a rental.
Well, he got hurt the second half of the year. Right?
Yeah, I think so. So okay. None of the big market names, which really wasn't. I mean, there's some solid names this off season, but there wasn't like a.
Never heard of him.
All right.
Never heard of him.
So.
Ooh,
And
that's
then
a tough
there's,
one.
my opinion, Snell's a flash. That's my opinion. Because do you get Snell his Cy Young year
I'd
when
say
he won an AL
Cash.
and last year when he won the NL?
Because I feel
Or do you
like
get the Snell
our
who's kind of
pitching
been
coaches can
up and down in between?
rein some of that in. I'd say Cash. I feel like our pitching. If we had Strami.
Well, because
Definitely if we had.
if we had the Doc in Strom, then for sure. And I know we promoted the guy that was behind him essentially, which looked great in 22 and won the World Series, but last year it was just like, what happened? Like, was it just fatigue? Couldn't find the mechanical issues with some of the guys? Was it tipping? Yeah. I mean, we'll see how that comes together.
No. Flash. 1,000%.
Do you think Otani's worth all of
I'd pay him
$700 million
For one
whatever
of
it was?
the two, but I would most likely try to talk him into just hitting. Like, we're gonna pay you to be a DH, unless you want to. I don't even know if he does he know how to play a position? Yeah. We're gonna pay you to be a DH. So I just. Does he know how to play a position? He's been hurt twice in 3
He's only
years,
pitched
correct?
and DH'd.
He's blown out his Tommy John twice in 3 years. So what happens when you throw 100-mile-an-hour split-wing fastballs?
Yeah, he never got surgery.
Are you sure? Because I thought he got surgery the first time, Chief.
This is the first time from do surgery. So the previous time he just let it heal and rehabbed.
Are you sure?
Yep.
I thought he got surgery the first time, Chief. I mean, because he can mash.
Negative.
I would just. You gotta set the guy down and be like.
They just let him rest. He just stayed. He would bat, but that was about
it's
it.
been
But
fun while
he,
it's lasted,
he didn't
but
throw. So
How about we just take it down a notch these next 10 years and you slug 40 homers a year. It's been fun while it's lasted, but 2 million. Take it down a notch these next 10 years.
What's he's getting paid? What, 50 mil a year?
2 million.
Oh, that's right, 2 mil. Everything's deferred after his 10 years or whatever is up.
No,
I wasn't joking. Put him in the bullpen for that price.
Yeah, I don't know if I would do
Jokingly.
that. Just like relief.
Here's a $50 million guy throwing as your closer.
When he comes in to do the relief, you let him swing it. Just like relief pitching late innings when he comes in to do the relief, you let him swing it. I'm just glad the Dodgers did it.
I can
Where's
see
that money
him going into the bullpen later
smokes.
in his career, kind of
What'd
like
they pay
a
the other
John
guy?
Smoltz type of deal.
Oh my gosh. Where's that money coming from? Holy smokes. What did they pay the other guy?
300 something. It's $1 billion between the two players.
Did you throw in was he on the team
And
during
the
the
guy's
baseball
never-
classic?
Played Major League Baseball. He's played pro ball in Japan, but
Was he on the team during did we even have
I think he was part of the Japan team when they won it last year.
Daniel Bard?
Tucker, but they didn't ever use him.
Had to have. Right? No,
Ryan
was
Presley.
he Canada? Is he American?
Did Chapman play?
Well, I know, but I think is he? Let's see here. No, was he Canada? No, he's American. Was he American?
I'm pretty sure he's American.
Cali
Just
guy.
because you play in Toronto doesn't mean you.
But I think let's see here. Cali guy.
There you go.
Let's see here. Where did my free agent list go? I was going to ask you one. I got one for you, sir. Flash or cash on. I got one for you, sir. Where did he go? Or cash on. Oh, there it is. Timmy Anderson. Where did he go? 31. Got a batting title in his under his belt. 2 years ago. 31. Yeah.
He's.
Got a batting title under his belt. It was not
What year did he win that one?
2 years ago.
So a full season. I'm not taking anything away from COVID year, but anything you win in that doesn't count based off 60 games. Okay. So he had the best batting average.
He did. I'd probably go Flash too.
Based off how he's played recently since then, that's Flash on me.
Did we do Matt Chapman?
So
I'd probably go Flash too. 31, you're paying him. Did we do Matt Chapman?
he's cash on me.
Your team is in contention, that's one.
31, you're paying him.
Pieces, then yes.
If your team is in contention, that's one you're missing, like pieces, then yes.
What about old Lords?
But if you're
I know he's already signed.
a long way away and want to,
Would you have paid him? I would have paid him. I would have paid him. If he was, I would have. That would have been the first one at his door.
yeah, I was.
Because that takes care of your Jake Myers problem.
When before
Put him in
he
left field,
re-signed with the Diamondbacks,
Chaz in center.
I was. It takes care of bat left field. Hands down, you put him in left field. Tucker and Wright.
He
I've been
signed a 3-year deal.
more than A-okay with signing him
Mm-hmm.
for the.
Was it 20?
I don't remember what he signed
No,
for.
he's a
5
reasonable
years,
man.
something like that.
He signed a 3-year deal.
Was that
3 for 42.
Oh wow. Okay. Was it 20?
$14 million a year.
He's a reasonable man.
Exactly. And we're out here saying,
Reasonable.
let's
man.
give Bregman.
42.
No offense, Bregman. I'm just pulling you out of the hat here. 30+ million.
It's nothing.
Exactly. And we're out here
Oh
saying,
my God.
let's give Bregman
This is.
30+
No, he
million.
doesn't.
He's going to get that. There's no.
In my opinion, he has the same stats as Bregman. 276, 291,
Who?
308.
What?
You skipped the 308. Oh, are we not counting COVID year? Does 2020 just not count in general?
291, 261.
308. You skipped the 308.
Wait, when was the World Series that year?
No,
Well, it was a fantastic postseason.
because
What's
Astros
that?
aren't a 500 ball team. Like,
When was the World Series that year?
He got
yeah,
hurt.
I lost in Game 7. We were down 3-0.
Well, it was fantastic postseason.
Yeah, and he also hit 291. Maybe he wanted to go
Sure.
gap to gap, Greg.
He got
Maybe he's
hurt.
like, I'm not hitting home runs this year. I'm going gap to gap.
Yeah, he also hit 291.
Flash.
I'm gonna.
I'm going gap to gap.
I want to be like Yuli. I want to be like Yuli. Yeah. He's definitely cashed my option. I would have been more than happy if the Astros signed him. Which leads me to the next topic. We were talking about this earlier, and you can chime in on this too. I guess the whole topic is, where do you draw the line on built or bought team? As in, how many players can you have, like, regular, you're going to have really pitchers that you signed, picked up here and there, but, like, a major contributing player, whether that's starting pitching came up to the farm system or position player. Where do you
I'm a build guy.
say this team was built within the farm
But, I mean, I
system,
know
or this
teams
team was
buy.
definitely
I mean,
bought and you
I
won
just
the
don't
World Series?
know. Buying doesn't pan out a
Well,
lot
that'd
of
be
the
the natural
times.
thing for sure.
So, I mean, the Yankees,
I just don't know.
Dodgers,
Buying doesn't.
the Red Sox recently. I mean, they've gone out of their way to pay guys, and the Yankees.
Boy, they did it for a long time. Dodgers doing that right now.
Red Sox recently.
They've gone out of their way to pay guys.
A disaster.
I think it has to be a healthy mix, but leaning more most of the recent World Series players. Like I think you need to go out and buy one or two guys, but the majority are your talent you bring in. Braves, Astros. Most of the recent World Series winners have been mostly homegrown.
Okay, that's fair, and I'm for all the doing it through the farm system and then getting a.
My question is, where do you draw the line on 6 of your main starters are built?
My question is, where do you draw the line on? Is it
Like where do you-
6 of your
I think
main
it-
starters
like I was
are
saying, I think
built
it goes with,
to make it a built system or a
earlier when
team?
we were talking, I think
Is
the
it?
amount of money goes into
Like
it
where
too.
do you-
So it's
I
not
think
just
it-
however
like
many
I was
players
saying,
you
I think it goes with
build around or buy.
earlier when we were talking, I think the amount of money
For
goes
example,
into it.
sorry,
So
Rangers.
it's not just however many players you.
They
build
spent
around or
750
buy.
million.
Um,
They spent 750 million on
for example,
3 guys. The Rangers did, and it worked out for them. And it wasn't just those 3 guys. I mean,
$750 million.
y- y-
They
Well, but so you have Seager, 325. Siemens 175. Evaldi was another 34, and then
Yeah, he
obviously
got
DeGrom
surgery.
didn't play because he got
DeGrom
hurt, but
had
that was
surgery.
another 185. And he's gonna play next year, and all those guys are gonna be on the team again next year. So if they win again next year, that's definitely to me is a bot, right? And all those guys are gonna be on the team again. Yeah, and those guys were very integral. Evaldi obviously was killing it in the postseason, and then Seager was killing it. Yeah.
Seat stolen.
So.
Seager played. He didn't
But
get
yeah,
hurt
I mean,
for
it
once.
just,
That dude was glass. He actually stayed healthy pretty much most of the season.
And we're biased.
he
Well, the Braves
lit it up.
definitely
There's no
they've
doubt
been
about that.
building that. So same thing the Astros. I mean, but the Braves have done really well about getting guys signed and all that. But where we're biased is that we, went through all those years where we were losing hundreds of games in consecutive seasons. But it paid off because we had homegrown talent that we, got in the first round. But those guys panned out. So you have your Tuckers, your Bregmans, your Altuve, and Altuve wasn't even he was just shot in the dark. Correa.
Sure.
Springer,
I mean,
all those
yes, I
guys.
know you got to strip down and. That was a shot. What, $10 million? Prove that you are who you say you are, and. We be sipping. Now we moved on to another Odell Brewing. This one is the Pulp Theory Hazy IPA. As I stated, this one is out of Fort Collins. It's going to be nice and cloudy because it's hazy. Look at this. Ooh, yeah.
Yes, I'm all for doing building.
But yeah, yes, I'm all for doing it.
You get
building,
into more problems when you buy because you're stuck with guys or the money's stuck.
Building within,
Yeah,
and
so-
then yes, you're going to need.
You get into more problems when you buy because you're stuck with guys
Well,
the money's
and I'm just for this to be clear, we're talking about not paying the bought or the built players. That's not what this is about. This is buying a free agent, several key free agents, and then winning a World Series within the first couple of years of doing that. Yes, you're going to have to pay your players that you built up. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about buying actual free agents
Like
that
the Dodgers.
have been in the league for 6 years.
Currently.
and paying them $300 million and making half your main roster bought players or built players. Yeah. Yes, there's a very few players left.
You got Betts.
I mean,
you
a lot
got
of them they've
Freeman,
traded away now to get the players on their team, but
Otani. The other
yeah, 'cause
guy.
Dodgers. I mean, they signed
Oshani.
they traded for Mookie Betts. They signed Freeman. They signed Otani. Yeah, they're
Jason Hayward. They signed him again.
their
Hey.
outfield was. I don't know. But yeah, he's. Yeah, but it wasn't too much. It was only a 1-year deal, so. But yeah, but then going to it, talking about that, is it winning World Series or any championship is a great feeling? Yes. It's much more sweeter with a built team versus a bought team, in my opinion. As we were talking about earlier this evening, how many World Series do you need to win
I mean, a lot of people think it's one.
to make it
You
worth
win one, it's
having
been
a
worth it.
bought team? Well, that's
I mean, a lot of people think it's long. Like, you win one,
so.
Suns fans after 108 years ago, we'll take it.
Well, yeah, fair.
Owners will take it anytime they can.
Well, that's what we're talking about because that's money back in their pocket. And people are going to spend insane amount of money on championship gear, and they're going to ride that wave for the next season because they were the champions. But then, of course, it's going to come to time like, all right, we have this, and then we haven't done anything. Now they're going to have to sell just because we aren't, nothing's happening. So,
I think it's one win to make everybody happy, but as the losses mount up, and you don't even make it there, people get more and more frustrated. This is our year. Yeah, their fan base is a frustrated fan base. So like the Yankees.
the Yankees lose.
well, yeah, they.
The
This is
Yankees
our
lose.
year. Well, I mean, Yankees lose, and I'm not for Cashman with the Yankees. I mean, he's trying to put a team together to win to make the fans happy, but you know how the Yankees fans are. You could probably say every Yankees fan, yes, wants him gone. Is it his fault that they're not
Timeout, guy.
producing? But you also have the best manager in the league. Not really, Aaron Boone. Don't tell me timeout. So, but yeah, it's. So.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a good question. A little football, baseball analogy here.
Yes, you should never pay him $95 million.
When I got here, are relief pitchers the running backs
Ever.
of the MLB?
Yes, you should never pay him $95 million.
We get it, Chase. You're not a fan of
Yeah,
this.
but not 5
the signing.
year 95.
Harping on that signing, we already have $14 million.
The largest in MLB history. 5 year 95.
19 million.
The largest in MLB. Is it
None
not?
of
'Cause
it's
you can find a
deferred.
reliever, right? You can run into a reliever just the way you can run into a running back. Yeah.
I think I'd have to say yes. Like five guys.
Is it not? Because you can
Because-
find a reliever,
because
right?
you'll
You can
have-
run into a reliever just the way you can run into
Most
a
teams will run through 20 relievers throughout the year. It's not just they have like 5 guys. They
Right. I mean,
run
and
through
it's.
20 a year.
But the point is there's plenty. There's still plenty of free agent arms out there. Like we need an arm. Well, they're out there. I mean, it's like you plug in. I mean, it's not going to fit your system because there's not a system for baseball. You know, for running back like the style. But essentially, it's coming to is like we need bullpen arms. They're out there. You don't have to pay a large amount. I mean, yeah,
Right
you will
now.
for a proven one, which is fair, but so so
That's always the
we'll see
greatest.
how
That's always the greatest concern.
the arms hold up this year. So
Does JV have one more
well, that's any game. Yeah. Yeah.
Cy Young season
Do the arms hold up?
in that arm? Does JV have one more? Because Framber's gonna win it. Cy Young season. in that arm?
No. I think he pitches better this year than he did this past season.
Because McCullers gonna win it as a relief pitcher.
No, not because Framber's gonna
I
win
don't know.
it.
Is that a have?
Um,
Didn't Gagne win it?
has a,
Because I think he won it when.
the only one I would be close would be
Him and Barry were the biggest showdown.
oh Gagne did I think
I think he won it when. Yeah. Him and Barry were the biggest showdown. Tough.
How did we
Forget about Eck.
50 something consecutive saves or 60 or something like that. That was
You're welcome.
1992, Dennis Eckersley was the first.
So you see, Lance, You can.
Oh yes.
What?
Boom.
You see,
Some
Lance, you
McCullers
could be
in
number 10.
25.
So you see, Lance, you can.
Okay, either way.
You see, Lance, you could be number 10.
But that'll be in the 25 season. Well, now
Yes.
going to going back, Astros, since they have the new manager, Mr. Joe Espada. I'm curious to see what his managing style is. If his has any
Was he on Hinch's
he
staff?
takes. I mean, I know Desi helped him out being the longevity Desi has.
The first year, they said that last year, right? Yeah.
Joe came on in 2019, I believe, or 2018
Let's take a look. See.
with Hinch. It was either the last year with Hinch or 2018, but he wasn't there in 2017. I don't think.
No,
With
2017. So as soon as we started winning,
I'm just curious to see what
he's the guy.
mindset he has. If it's his own.
I like
just
it.
See what his thought process is.
So as soon as you start winning,
So.
he's the guy. I like it.
I like it too. I just
No,
I
I think he'll be more.
I just hope
This is the
what I'm
lineup.
getting at is
We're gonna let it play out.
his mind
until
isn't
something needs to
too much of a
change.
dusty mind.
Not
this
is
past
the lineup
season.
today.
No, I think
This
he'll
is the
be
lineup.
more- This is the lineup
Tomorrow.
We're gonna let it play out.
Yeah,
Something needs to
exactly.
Just
This is the lineup
So
today.
I think we'll be okay.
This is the lineup.
you can thank me later for not having him in the spotlight too early.
So I think we'll be okay.
I do too. I think
Hey, he lives in your neck of the woods, Fulshire, Texas.
He'll be good
Actually,
in the
not
long
your neck of
run.
the woods, your neck of the woods.
and all the players like him, so which is good.
Huh?
Keeps the clubhouse.
Espada.
Yeah, he lived in. He was. Joe. Yeah, he lives at Cross Creek, or I don't know if
He
he
is
still is now
married.
that he's manager,
Fun
but
fact:
he was living in Cross
Joe
Creek.
Espada is married
so-
to the Orioles manager's wife's
Well,
sister.
I would
So
imagine
Brandon
so.
Hyde,
He is married.
his wife,
Fun little fact.
her sister is married to Joe Espada.
The Orioles. Dwayne Hyde.
Well, and when in like what's the other one? The guy on
Just like
Pat
Brian
McAfee
Cushing
show,
and
AJ Hawk,
his wife.
is-
It's his
isn't he married
it's
to
his
Brady
sister's.
Quinn's sister.
Well, and when in like what's the other one? The guy on AJ Hawk's show.
There you go.
He married to
Brady Quinn's sister. Yeah. Yeah.
Cole Garrett.
And then
Garrett
Brandon Crawford, his sister is married to.
He's done.
Yep,
He's a
Garrett
free
Cole.
agent.
Yep.
He still wants to play. He didn't retire.
He can opt out after this year if he wants to.
38.
He's done. He's created.
Let's fact check. Couch Greg.
Yeah, he's 36, 38. Yeah, he's yeah.
36. You were right. 30.
Come on now. If a team needs a
Yeah, the team will sign.
infield-
Apparently, they'll sign him for $30 million a year.
team will sign him, it'll be to help fill. He never made 30 mil a season. No, no,
I say false.
never
on
in a
that,
million
sir.
years. Because Crawford never hit above 240. He's a good defense
I'm
guy,
pretty sure
mostly.
he won the Silver Slugger. Hold on. Let's see
Yeah,
here.
he's-
I say false on that, sir.
on what 240?
What do you think his highest batting average was, Couch Greg?
I'm pretty sure he won the Silver Slugger. Hold on. Let's see here.
Oh, 240. Can't be over 240. You said 240. 298
What, for one season?
at his age 34
Can be over
season.
240. He said 240.
Got me.
And apparently he
He's-
finished fourth in the MVP voting.
What
that
for
year.
one season?
And his
Yes.
age 34 season.
Games played 138.
And apparently he finished fourth in the
24 bombs, 90 ribbies, 298.
Was that 2020?
games played 138.
Okay. That's a good, most, yeah.
I mean, what,
90 ribbies.
But was that his?
tough
Okay.
question.
What was that? His only really good year, like
most
batting
triples in
wise?
a year? 11.
Um,
Most home runs in a year?
I know it's hard. That's a
24.
It's a tough question. What did he do?
okay. What was
250 was his average batting
Triples in a year, 11.
average. Career batting average is 250. Has 146 bombs.
what did he do overall? Like
250 was his average batting.
that's it. That's his career
15
batting
OPS.
average. 250. Okay.
Has 146 bombs.
Weak sauce.
Fun question.
What would you say?
Will we ever see anybody?
Steroids. Steroids.
No.
Nobody can stay healthy that long.
700 club for home runs. No. The fact that
Nobody can stay healthy.
well, stay healthy that long. Correct. No one stays healthy that long to begin with. Just the way, just how the game has evolved itself. Like, it's. I mean, and also. I mean, they're changing. I mean, it doesn't. I don't say it plays that much of a factor, but the way they've been changing the baseballs recently, like I know that's definitely. I mean, and yeah, I do. I mean, I don't miss it, but it was fun watching the steroid era. Those are some bombs being hit in parks that were so incredible to hit home runs, like so hard hit home runs out of. Yet, so active to right now. Oh. Is he currently on a team right now, or is he a free agent?
Is it not Nelly Cruz, right? Because he retired.
Okay.
I would say free agent, but I could.
He just retired.
He was
Not Nelly Cruz, right? He retired.
okay. He just retired, but then he is.
Yeah, Cruz announced he's retiring. Yeah, he just announced. Okay. Yeah, but he's 41 years old, so
So, okay, now that he's gone, who's the next?
who's now number one?
Now number one.
That's a good. Not
2 and 3 are the two youngest players on the list.
My boy Trout.
He is not the next on the list. Is he top 5? Yes.
he's probably number 5.
Mm-mm.
But okay, so you said number 1 and 4 were older personnel, peak players.
I don't even know. I'm trying to think who would be like a big home run guy.
Trout will probably get to. He'll get to 500. I don't think he gets to 700 because he's been hurt.
What's he at?
Trout.
368.
Trout gets to 500.
No.
You know,
He has to play for another 5 years.
and he's signed for another 10 billion
He'll
years.
play for another 5 years,
I
but
think- I
I
think
just don't know.
I think he gets to 500.
Yeah, when he comes to the Astros,
Trying to the Astros get that short left field.
he coming for it.
But the active leader right now, are they at least over 400?
Barely.
Barely. Okay.
Oh, I know. Stanton.
Giancarlo.
I was gonna say Stanton was coming.
So Stanton, Trout are the two, 1 and 2 active leaders.
Okay.
Votto's next.
He's
He's semi-retired. He's a free agent.
yeah. No one's gonna sign a 40-year-old dude. That
The other guy is on a. He was on a World Series team last year.
well, yeah, the Rangers.
Well, oh, on a
He was
would
on one of the rosters for the World Series.
well they played
He was not the Rangers.
so when they played Diamondbacks.
But what'd you say? Sorry. What was the question?
Nelly Cruz, Stanton, Trout, Votto. Next person on the list.
Number 5.
Was on a World Series roster last year, but not the Rangers.
He was on the Diamondbacks. But I don't think he started every day for them. I'm trying to remember
Wait, so he was on the Diamondbacks roster, like last year?
all of last year, or was it just like a late pickup or trade for?
Pretty sure he was there all year.
Oh, Evan Longoria.
Yeah, that's right. No, yeah, he's with them all season.
37. He's 37 years old. Next
He's
person,
number 5.
he's number 5 for active years
Really?
at 342.
I didn't know he had 342.
He mashed when he was with the Rays.
Yeah, but he wasn't like a. What was his home run total?
He was a 30-year guy.
Was he? I mean, I know he's a 30 home run guy, but he was never like a big home run guy.
Correct. He never put up the 40 plus. Like he had a when he was healthy with the Rays, he was pretty solid every.
His highest total was 2016 at 36.
Okay, yeah.
But he was anywhere between 22 to like 32 every year.
That's not bad.
Where's your boy at?
Who?
Goldschmidt.
Next on the list.
Next on the list.
He's 2 behind Evan Longoria.
There you go. He'll pass him.
I was hoping the Astros had traded for him several years ago before the Cardinals got him. I was really hoping the Astros would get him.
Yeah. And then his other former teammate is right after him.
Really? How many does Arenado have?
325.
Really?
So Goldschmidt's at 340.
Arenado?
Arenado's at 325.
Arenado might sneak in a little 500 action.
He's older than you think, though.
Yeah, he's 34, 32.
32. He's young, but
Yeah.
he's older than you think.
Steroids.
So the youngest player on the list, let's see, in the top 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 spot, 10 and 11 spot are the 2 youngest on the list. Can you guess them? They're young. Younger for this list.
Machado in there.
That was one.
Did you know Juan Soto is 19 years old?
Same team.
How many home runs?
Same team for that.
Harper.
How many home runs does Machado and Harper have? How many do they have?
Machado has 313, Harper has 306.
They have over 300 home runs already.
Well,
Hot dog.
Harper came up.
Harper started at 19.
Yeah, Harper was.
That guy sucks. I'm just kidding.
Hot take.
Ironically,
Cash or flash?
no, it is good that you bring that up. Ironically, I hate long contracts. Cannot stand them.
The most I'm okay.
They never work out.
Yes.
For the exception of the one I was like, why would they do this? Which was the Phillies with Bryce Harper, and it's actually worked out.
He's
He's every year.
the only injury he had is his same thing, Tommy John on that, but he was able to come back to bat this
And he did,
last season.
and he did great.
So,
So I'm just like,
but yeah, long contracts don't.
he
pan
got
out.
me.
That's why, like,
Stanton,
under the
Stanton, Pujols, Rendon.
yeah, well, Stan signed that with
my boy Trout, not working out too hot right now.
Yeah, Stan signed his extension with the Marlins at the time, and then the Yankees took it on. So that's the Yankees' fault for that. And everything is a player option for Stan. Well, he knows he's not going to be playing every year, and he's not going to make whatever he's.
It was 325, right? 10-year, 325.
Yeah, it's like 27 million or something.
Same thing with Lindor. He had a big one.
Francisco's got a big one.
What's his bucket? In San Diego.
Machado?
No.
Oh.
Tatis, 14-year. Wasn't it?
Oh,
something
Fernando,
stupid?
yeah.
And then as soon as that happened, he got popped with steroids
Well, no, it's also he lost half that contract.
because of the
right away.
steroids.
Well, no, he lost half that contract right away because he had signed like a previous contract under his agent.
Yeah, the agent took
where
it.
he had a
Oh,
he had a
boo-hoo.
payback- he had a payback clause.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And he's in California, so he gets taxed even more. So he probably brings home like 50,000 now.
Got you, bitch.
Yeah. But yeah, Stanton. He's
Bad-
not
bad
going to
luck.
opt out because if he does, he
He's
knows
done.
he'll.
He's retiring a Yankee.
Well, either he'll stay on the Yankees roster, whatever's left, which is like another 4 years or something like that.
I want to know how many games he's played since he was on the Yankees.
His first 2
Like,
years,
actual games
yeah,
played.
his first 2 seasons were like, but then the past 3 years now he's been hurt. Either,
He was better as a Mike.
yeah, go back to being Mike.
Go back to Mike Stanton.
Make me like Mike.
He evolved into Giancarlo, and he's been boo-boo.
Was it? Yes, he'll probably finish as a Yankee, whether he's still on the roster or he's sitting at home. Because Yankees gonna say, you know what, you're taking up a spot. We'd rather just say go sit at home, and we'll pay your money that way. And then of course the team will sign him for whatever the league minimum is at $1 million or whatever.
Which at this point, it's probably going to be like $15 million.
His first year of the Yankees.
No,
did look
19.
like a great-
What's up?
First year of the Yankees did look like a great signing.
Oh yeah,
He
his
killed
first-
it, right?
100 RBIs, 38
He mashed.
bombs, 34 doubles. Still had 212 strikeouts, but and then ever since then he's averaged about 100 games a year,
Yeah. So
which is more than I thought. To be honest.
I thought it was going to be like 10.
2019 he played 38, and then COVID year he played 15.
and then last year
last
he's
year was like 110, 105.
yeah. Well, it's not the Astros' problem.
It's
their
not
money.
the Astros' problem. We don't have long-term contracts
Well,
on this team.
Since Jim took over, I think the longest contract giving out now. I think this tops it with Hader's 5-year. But prior to that, they had not given out, I think, a contract more than 4 years, and that was Josh Reddick at 4 years. But that was extension. That was on top buying out his. This is straight like giving a player. Yeah, that had not been more than.
Well, too bad. He got 7.
I'm not talking. They bought out his
Oh, I see what you're
arbitration,
saying.
and then
Okay,
they had
okay. Just
ever
a
since.
pure contract.
Yeah, pure like since Jim has bought the Astros, they had not given out a contract bigger than 4 years. Now that Hader's 5 years, so. But going back to
If you didn't hear earlier, Couch Greg, the largest contract in MLB history for a relief pitcher.
Non-deferred.
And he might be our setup man.
Yeah,
Not even close.
he's
Set up,
not.
man.
He won't even be closer.
8th inning guy, get out there.
Who knows? He might start.
hey, fun fact.
He'll be our.
Not really fun fact.
He'll be the opener.
I did in the show. I did sign him to the Astros. Hader did when he became a free agent.
Really?
Yeah. But I didn't sign him for 5 years at $95 million.
Kind of think. You know who's good in the show is Brian Bree.
Dude is filthy.
That dude needs to.
His slurve
Yes,
and his slider just dirty. But yeah,
If we were gonna spend $95 million, I wish it would have been on a position player.
Well, that's relatively cheap.
Like, it kind of frustrates me that they've given off the vibe that we don't give out that kind of money.
That was what someone
And
had asked.
when we do, it's for a relief pitcher, which is odd.
Just can't move past it.
I can't.
Okay. Yeah, would I probably like to give that to Guillermo?
You know who?
What, Bellinger?
No.
Who?
You know, I can't have my cake and eat it too, so I can't. if it was Bellinger, I can't be mad.
Who would you rather give? Let's just say $100 million. That's just
So if I doesn't even matter how many years, just $100 million.
well, you're not going to give someone $100 million for 2 years and make them $50 million, unless that's Otani. But that wasn't going to happen. So realistically, let's say it was a 4-year or 5-year deal at $100 million.
Apparently, no one's going to take that.
So you're looking at 25 mil or 28 and a half, 27 and a half.
I know this is gonna turn into a Trout love fest. If he was a free agent and he said he would sign for 2 years at $50 million apiece, right now,
I'm talking about Trout.
yeah, for 2 years,
Yeah.
$50 million. Knowing that we would have done 95 or 5 for what's his bucket. Let's do it.
Because then it's only 2 years at that. It's not
Let's do it.
10 years of $35 million and them not panning out.
He healthy, he'll play 150 plus games.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't be mad about that. $50 million for 2
because
years.
let's think about it. Best case, Josh Hader. Best case, 40 saves this year. Best case.
I don't know if he gets to 40 saves right now with Presley on the.
That's what I'm saying. This is best case.
But
he's got to do that. He's gonna have to do that every year, or just be unhittable, in my opinion, to earn that contract. New topic.
What are we moving to?
Already mad. We'll move to Lucky whatever.
We're moving to Lucky 19 Brewing Company. It is a fairly newly opened brewery out of Huntsville, Texas. Eat 'em up cats, my alma mater. Where Couch Greg only went for a year and a half, and then he went to some school out in Angelo.
Cats. Ram 'em, baby. Number one ranked
D2.
baseball team in Texas. All divisions.
Good for them. Hey, are you ready for this?
You know what Sam Houston was? What was Sam Houston? Like 20.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's not fine. Get some.
Because we be sipping. Okay. Still talking about Astros baseball here. How do they finish this year?
Let's see.
Ooh. Got a little amber color on this IPA.
The American.
Just says IPA.
It just says IPA.
Just says IPA. Are the A's playing?
He's playing Major League Baseball.
You know what? They actually might be.
It doesn't matter because we play everyone now, so we don't get to play them as much. I'm gonna go with.
Sorry, it may not be as much, but enough for you to try it.
I'm gonna go with. I'm just gonna go conservative and say the same as last year.
Race to the finish.
Like 90 and 72 is our record last year. I would say it's probably safe to go that we're gonna be close to that.
Say they
Well, I guess the better question is, do we win more than 90 games? That would be a better question.
I think they do win more than 90 games. I think it's going to be around 94 games.
Okay. We better win more than 90 games. Pay $95 million. Whole segment. This one, the aroma's not as good as on this one. I'm gonna give a I'm gonna give a paltry 10 points.
Hey, they're new. Give them some time.
And they're hit 2 months, Phil.
Hey, I'm just glad they have a brewery there now, okay? Welcome to the party, pals.
The next time, their slogan is "Next time I'll be a tall boy."
I think this is brewed in the jailhouse.
Right. They gotta do. No. Sorry, guys. No, that is not y'all's.
Hmm?
No.
No, you don't like it?
No.
Oh no. You
Sorry.
don't like it either? I haven't even tried it. Don't try it.
Should have started with this one.
Hold on.
Sorry, guys. I like some of the other ones I've had are bad. Just this one, no.
Should have started with this one.
Let me see how low of a score I can give this one. So aroma,
Oh,
would I give it a 10? 10 out of 24. Not good. Appearance,
I look like someone's dehydrated.
we'll give 3 points on appearance. What's that, 6? Here's where Mark is having an issue, as well as Couch Greg. Flavor, it's not getting very many points from these guys.
I mean, it's like old school IPA. It's very very hoppy, more bitter, in my opinion.
Very bitter. Oh,
Maybe as bitter as you are about this hater signing.
So speaking of Astros Insider.
Same bitterness.
Astros Insider put up Hater Presley Abreu, the new Lidge Dotel Wagner.
No,
And how much did they cost?
I think 19 million total for all three back then.
I'm sure.
Well, Brady's only
I'm
getting-
sure old Billy was sitting on the couch today when that came through, and he was like, "What?"
All right. Speaking of Billy, does he get in
He gets in.
this into the Hall of Fame?
What year is he?
This is his 5th year on the ballot.
He won't get in this year. He'll get in next year.
Everyone thought that last year too. And these stupid,
The writers.
they're so stupid.
No name calling. So on the list, Todd Helton, last year 72% in or out.
In.
Billy Wagner, 68% in or out. 9th year on the ballot, by the way.
Oh wow.
In. Just gotta be in.
Because there's so many writers that voted last year, but they're not voting this year for him.
Say the rest of the list before I say
Yes.
the
Okay. Well, the next one I feel is in. People have a hard time with this next one because he was basically Mike Trout's going to be this guy because he was great first 10 years, terrible last 10 years. Andrew Jones,
How many percentage last year?
58%.
No, he's
Not on the steroid list.
No, but he's not.
He's not.
He's not in yet. He may get in later, but he's not in yet.
I bet you he gets in.
I don't think
I bet
he
you
get-
those 3 guys get in.
I don't think Andrew Jones gets in.
I don't think
Okay.
he's in either.
We'll have to revisit this later.
That's fine. I just don't think he
The
gets
next guy on the list, 55%, 10th year, in the Mitchell report, Gary Sheffield.
in. No, he doesn't get in.
Not in the Mitchell report, 2nd year, 46%.
It's
Astro controversy,
it's no either way.
Carlos Beltran.
No. Is he Hall of Famer? Yes, I think, but
Okay, I can't remember if he was in the Mitchell report or not, but he is tainted. 3rd year, 35%. Everyone's favorite. A-Rod.
it's just
He will get in his 10th year if he gets in.
Which
8th
is-
year, 33%. Manny Ramirez.
these people that are,
I would love for him to be in,
but no.
7th year, greatest defensive shortstop of all time. Beat his wife, I think. Or got in trouble. Domestic violence of some sort. Omar Vizquel. 19%.
No.
And he was close too.
The thing is that
Now, Omar was super close before all that came out.
the thing with him is that his batting was never the thing.
Andy Pettit,
His glove.
17%, 6-year. Poor Andy.
He's gonna be stuck with Roger and all them.
Yeah. Even though he admitted, I took it, but that's to help recover from injury.
That's the whole thing. They all took it for longevity reasons.
Yes.
I think Helton, Wagner, and Jones get in.
I don't. Well, who are the first years though? You didn't say any first years.
Because they weren't on here.
The voting always vote.
Yeah.
Time out. First year. MLB.
I don't see. I'm not saying he doesn't. I know I said no.
From 55 to 75.
That's a big jump. That's
Adrian Beltre.
maybe. If he doesn't get in this year, it's.
He'll get 65 this year. I don't think he'll get in.
If he doesn't get in this year, it's either next year or the year after he's in. Because there's some people that just don't vote for first,
Okay, so
which is stupid, but
Adrian Beltre. Bartolo Colon.
no. Mr. Potato Head.
Adrian Gonzalez.
No.
Matt Holliday.
No.
Victor Martinez.
No.
Joe Mauer.
No.
Oh,
Brandon Phillips.
No.
Jose
I
Reyes.
have a soft spot for Joe Mauer.
Jose Reyes? No.
Big Game James.
James Shield? He's already been out of the league for 5 years already?
Guess so.
That is crazy. I didn't realize that.
Chase Utley.
No.
David Wright.
No.
Mr. Mitt. Jose.
I'm not saying some of those guys won't get it. Just this first year, no.
Jose Bautista.
No.
That's it.
Okay.
What is Joe Mauer's stats? I mean,
He was good. I just don't know if it's how.
Adrian Beltre has 3,100 hits, 470 bombs.
Beltrane's a Hall of Famer. Is it this year? Probably not. It's a
well, if he's 2,000 hits, he could get in, and he's nowhere near the steroid era.
correct. I just
Joe Mauer, only catcher to win 3 batting titles.
was that early in his career when he won that. Pre concussions and.
Oh,
all.
that's what it says. Concussion shortened his peak.
Yeah.
So. Chase Utley didn't even get 2,000 hits.
No, Chase Utley's not in.
Charles Beltran. He was the only player identified in the investigation of the Astros sign stealing scandal, even though everyone knows he was far from the only trash can banging miscreant.
Miscreant.
Sorry. Let me preface this by saying this came from the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Well, I wonder how they feel. But
He's a 9-time All-Star, 435 home runs, 312 stolen bases. Ooh, hot take. He was the second best center fielder of his era, behind King Griffey Jr. That's pushing it.
that is pushing because he didn't. He had a good career. I would say when he was with the Mets, he was hurt a good chunk of the time.
I'd say Beltran, Wagner, Helton get in this year.
So this says that Adrian Beltre is expected to get in.
And
First
I
year.
hope he does. I mean, because he is a first year ballot, like to get in based off his career.
What kills me
And I really hope someone rubs his head.
what kills me is King Griffey Jr. was not a unanimous Hall of Famer.
Well, it's because you have those stupid idiots who.
It's those people, the ones when somebody is so clearly a unanimous Hall of Famer and nobody votes, somebody doesn't vote.
Was
for him.
Rivera unanimous? 100%.
My guy, he was the first
That's
first
just such
unanimous
crap.
Hall of Famer was a relief pitcher. Here we go again.
Well, I mean, good for. Good for Rivera, but like
Josh Hader, you got big shoes to fill.
just
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have a very clearly unanimous guy and somebody doesn't vote for him, get that guy out of voting. Get him out.
God,
He can't muscle it through.
this is your brewery, by the way.
I'm glad I bought a single can and not a 6-pack.
So
Probably just throw it out.
I'm not opposed to doing that. Sorry, guys. God.
Let the record reflect that
Let the record show that
Mark does not like his hometown brewery.
that one's not good. That IPA by them. Ugh. But
Lucky 19, more like Mucky 19.
A beer in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Yeah, they got all the. They got. They went for it on the can.
all right. I know that's how baseball is. Was All-Stars. I always felt if you're going to have a true All-Star, you should be the same how you were the first half and the second half of the season, not one half of the season.
I mean, I get where you're coming from.
Because say, all right, he's a 12-time All-Star, right? Okay, but let's say, was he good just first half of the season?
Well, there's been countless players that have played in the All-Star game that have disappeared.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Blake Snell wasn't even an All-Star last year and won the Cy Young.
Yeah,
Well, now
he was an All-Star, wasn't he?
Baseball Reference did not have him listed as an All-Star, so he had a first half.
Second half.
Well, and the voting was so bad, like when the Royals were having their run.
And all that.
I mean, I
Like,
hope
it
that's
was-
accurate. I mean, if that's the way it's trending, sure.
When the Royals were having the run, remember they were like all 9 positions almost were leading the voting.
Yeah,
For the
well,
All-Star game.
Oh, All-Star.
The second baseman.
Yeah, I was like, what are we doing?
Well, yeah, All-Stars. The starting is all crap anyway because it's fan voting and they're gonna just
They
vote
should
for the.
just do players. They should just have player voting.
Well, what they need, player voting or,
Player draft.
No,
like the
no, no.
basketball- Like NBA.
no. They
Like you pick 2 team captains and then they get to select.
stopped doing that actually.
I don't know. I would know. I only.
Well, we need to get Zach on here. He can fill us in on all that. War. Let that be the deciding factor for the starting at least.
Would it be? I mean, is it? I mean, I guess so. I guess that's okay.
I think it was War. It was one of the. There's a stat that would be better off basing on. I think it was War to determine.
They should just do the top 20. How many position players make the team?
It varies. I mean, you have to have at least one player from each team to represent. So,
Well, do away with that.
well, then some people's feelings might be hurt.
No, do away with that. Not everyone needs a trophy. Say there's 20 position players on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Top 20 OPS. If you're in the top 20 OPS, you're in. What makes it real interesting is it doesn't even matter what position they play.
Say,
So
you have 10 catchers at top of you.
Exactly.
You're going to go play shortstop. You're a fat
and then pitching.
overweight catcher.
Pitching's easy. Whip. Top 10. Top 15 whip.
It's going to be your 19 million guy.
It will be. It should. It should be.
Night.
But yeah, that's how you need to change it.
But yeah, it's all-star. It means nothing in the end.
I mean, I'm sure they'll stop playing the game here soon.
It was so stupid that they even made it you get the home field advantage for the World Series, which is such crap. They did that.
They should do the home run derby with old metal bats.
Oh, dear. Have you seen the video of, like, Matt Holliday hitting
Yeah,
with his kids? Like, just freaking
nukes. Just cling. I
Get-
think you showed me it.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah,
old.
it was like hitting the top of the.
We also talked about his son's stance, where he hovers his front foot. Have you
No,
seen this?
no.
He hovers his front foot.
Jackson.
Jackson, when he's standing there, waiting for the pitch to be thrown, he's balanced on one foot. His foot's here, and then he just falls.
And he mashes.
His foot.
He'll be up in the bigs this year.
Oh yeah. He
Orioles might win the next 10 Worlds. They might.
Yeah,
win,
no.
they
He
might win the
won't start on the roster this year unless he just balls out.
build. Talk about a build.
Well, you know who their GM's, right?
It's an ex-Astro guy.
Yeah, he's under Lundhow.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we talk about Lou now? How's he not back in baseball yet?
Well, he's
How's he
killing
not
it
back
in
on
the
Astros?
soccer.
He needs to be back on the
Wait,
Astros.
he's in soccer?
Yeah, he owns like 2 soccer teams, stripped him down, and has won championships with them. Like, I think
No.
Mexico, like some of the Mexico leagues.
No.
I mean, I'm not a soccer guy, but I know.
You get CS on here.
Well, so you can do the bomb sauce and
He has Cancun FC on his X
yeah,
account.
yeah.
Purchased Cancun Football Club in January 2022. Then purchased the Spanish Football Club
Yes.
Leganes
Yep.
in June 2022.
Yep.
Dude, just living life.
Luna is now the head of an investment group called Blue Crow Sports.
Okay, but I know one of those soccer teams have won their to move up to the next level or whatever.
Wrexham?
Just in the shadows.
But yeah, the Orioles gym, yeah, he was under Lundhow, and when they were looking for a new GM, because last off season, I was hoping they could steal him away somehow, but that wasn't going to happen. I don't know. I like Dana Brown. I'm just a big Lundhow guy. Are you an analytical kind of guy, Chase?
I mean, if it were up to me, I'd bring him and AJ back.
I would.
Why were we the only ones that can do that? They brought what's the bucket back in Boston.
Because Jim just they wanted. I don't know. I guess he just didn't want to deal with the back. I don't want to say backlight, but just deal with it. I guess.
Stand firm. Stand firm.
Yeah.
He still wears. I guarantee he still wears that 2017 World Series ring, or he's somewhere where he can see it every day.
Crane.
Yeah.
Well, no, he doesn't deny not being happy about it. Just. I just don't think he just doesn't want to deal with what happened then, I guess, so. Because he would have easily had brought Hinch back or not had fired him after that, so. He would have like, okay, you're suspended for the year like they did with Cora, and then he'd be back, but I think he just wanted to stay out of be in MLB's good side, so.
Brian McTaggart reports that Josh Hader gets a bonus if he wins the AL Reliever of the Year award. Think that secures his closer spot. Brian McTaggart.
Well,
You're already paying him $95 million.
so what does he get for getting the reliever of the year award?
Bonus, another
Of
bonus.
some kind, yeah. But they didn't say. But he gets a bonus of some kind for being the reliever.
Probably another 95.
You would like that, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
I think Chase thinks it's the best money we've spent.
You didn't really. Besides Trout, like what current free agent on the market now? After that one's already signed, like you can't say, "Oh, I would have given that to Gurriel or like that." But free agents as of today, who'd you say I would give that $95 or $100 million to?
There's not anyone out there worth that much.
Okay, so you
Is
would
there? I mean, let me take one more look. Is you just what, like outfielder?
whatever would help the Astros out in general, whether it's another.
What is
If that's signing 2 pitchers for the equal out to the $95 million, is that signing a pitcher for $35 million and then a bat for $55 million, $65 million?
I mean,
It's
yeah, Bellinger's out there. If Teoscar Hernandez was still out there, I'd take a flyer on him
He's-
for not 95, but
He signed with.
Dodgers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh. Dodgers just want because everyone knows their 20 championship isn't legit.
Soler is a free agent. Maybe. He likes hitting in Minute Maid. Bring back JD.
That guy. I mean, happy for him that his career worked out like it did, but like. It just. Because with the Astros, he wasn't good.
He wasn't good.
Yeah. Or sits in his high.
He wasn't good.
Well, moving on to Sweetwater Brewing Company. We have a hazy IPA. They're out of. I know they're out of Georgia. I want to say Atlanta somewhere. Yep, Atlanta, Georgia. It's
You
got.
don't know.
It says it on the can,
You don't know.
but we know it's gonna be much better than. That's no lucky 19. That's unlucky.
Yeah,
Yeah, rinse mine out too. This is oh, that's not good. Just no. Oof. That. We're saying Astros win at least over 90 games. Does that win them the division? Does winning over 90 games win them the division?
barely though.
Well, yeah, it came down to the last week of the season.
And we had to hope for a miracle. I think 100 wins you the division. I think 95 is the question with the Rangers.
Now, do the Rangers stay? I'm not saying relevant, but do they have a slump this year? Like, do they just kind of?
I think they get pieces back that they didn't really have much of last year.
Okay.
We be sipping.
We be sipping good this time, not last time. That was oof.
You hope.
Sweetwater makes some good beer.
So says you.
The one I don't like that they make is the Extrain that tastes like marijuana.
This is totally off topic. But we were out on the course today.
And I wasn't there.
So if you're listening to this podcast, just tune out. We're trying to find Zach's ball, and Zach is like out of nowhere. Like I don't even know how he spotted it because it was this brown thing in the midst of all the leaves and sticks and stuff. And he's like, "Oh my God, stop!" And so I stopped the cart, and he gets out. He's like, "Omo, look at this!" And it was somebody's.
Hold on. You know what it's called?
I do not know what it's called.
He said the name.
Oh, I
And
didn't.
it's kind of on topic.
Kind of on topic.
He called him bat in the dugout.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So he finds a bat in a dugout. Do you know what that is? Because I didn't know it was called that.
No. Please
Neither did I.
So
please fill me in.
it's this contraption. I'm sure it's very common, but it's like this wooden casing,
Rectangle thing.
and it turns at the top. And when you turn it at the top, two openings are there, and one of them has the like cigarette pipe,
It's a pipe.
and the other is for your marijuana.
Okay.
And it was full, or it
Someone-
wasn't like the marijuana part wasn't full, but the pipe was ready to go.
To
So
fall out of
somebody,
someone's
we're
cart, I guess.
we're
Yeah.
assuming somebody dropped it,
In front of us and, like, swung out and dropped it.
but it stank,
Skunk.
stank.
It was
Skunk.
It was funny because Zach was just like, I won't say any other names other than Zach, so only that one Zach knows who that is.
There's a lot of Zachs out there.
Your job is safe. No one else will listen to this podcast. Name Sharon.
Oh, man. Well, let's see how this one tastes.
You can smell it. Aroma, 40 it's 24 points right there.
It's 28.
28 out of 24.
It exceeded the aroma limit.
That good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so weird smelling beer versus like whiskey or scotch. Like,
That one's weird. It's good, but it's better. Yeah.
it's better. I would have to say, ranking out of all the ones we had, the Odell,
Firewalker.
Firewalker, West Coast WIPA was probably number one. After that, the Squatter one wasn't bad. I thought that was pretty solid. Then the other Odell Hazy was good, and then the Lone Pint one wasn't bad, but bottom of the barrel is still that shitty. Lucky 19. I'm sorry.
Who we not name.
So
That's your beer.
I will not be in that beer again.
I wouldn't get it either. You need to let them know. They need to workshop that.
Going to a wrestling reference. You just made the list.
Oh man.
All right. So predictions on MVP.
ALNL.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to say Josh Hader?
That'd be well. You can, but that'd be Cy Young.
No, I'm gonna go. Just gonna go on a limb here. Kyle Tucker.
Okay.
AL. That is a homer pick. NL. Who won it this year? Was it Acuna? Did Acuna win it this year? Because he's the first 50-50 guy? Or
That sounds
whatever?
right for stolen bases, and AL was it Ohtani again? I think so. Ohtani won
Oh,
it.
yeah, it was a ton.
Ohtani and Acuna.
Yeah.
Previous year was Aaron Judge Goldschmidt.
So I'm gonna say Tucker, and in NL I'm gonna say. That's a tough one. I
Yeah.
think Kenny is easy. Super easy to pick. Because if you say Selzy, he's great. But let's go. I just need to. Let me see a list real quick. Top 10. Oh, I'll go. Corbin Carroll.
Yeah. He's a solid choice. Does he have a slump though? Sophomore slump?
No. No way. Dude, Matt Olson. Talk about some numbers. 50 and 139.
Who's that?
Matt Olson.
Oh yeah.
While batting 283, which isn't too shabby
No.
with those other two numbers.
There's also Harper out there.
yeah, Bryce Harper.
If he stays healthy and his knees don't give him trouble, I would like to think Jordan could be up there.
I was thinking between him or Kyle, but I'm gonna say Kyle Tucker because he'll be, if he's healthy, he's gonna be out in right field.
Sure.
Right? And he can steal bases.
Astros don't really have a speedster.
The Astros are not a stealing team.
No, I mean, there's they have speed, but not like a true flyer like Acuna.
I mean, there's not many of those guys.
Well, I know, but someone with a little bit more speed just to like get them on base. So you feel confident that they could swipe. Not every time they're on there, but at least all right, they're gonna get us 35 steals, 40 steals, or something like that. So.
Those are my picks.
Those are solid choices. Has Mookie won it before?
He's won the AL. He hasn't won the NL.
I think he gets one in the NL.
Well, has he won the NL?
Because he came to the Dodgers in what, 21? Because he was.
I don't think he's won it with the Dodgers.
I feel like he at least won it with the Red Sox.
No, he won it with Boston in 18. That was it.
Okay.
When they won the World Series.
Yep.
So
That was when he was hitting, like, every time they played the Orioles, he would hit 4 home runs.
Yeah, it was. I was like, what is going on here?
the last 5 winners for the NL: Bellinger, Freeman, Harper, Goldschmidt, Acuna.
Maybe for NL, Nolan or not.
He's just in a. The Cardinals are just. I don't know. They're weird.
Well, I get they're in a weird spot, but just Nolan himself, like.
I mean, he's good, but. Huh?
Goldschmidt won it.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
And they're protecting each other in the lineup.
But he's got to hit high average. He hasn't been hitting for high average. Like the year Goldschmidt won, Goldschmidt at least hit.
317.
Yeah.
So, that's, I can see it though. Because he can play great defense and he can hit. So didn't win that Gold Glove last year.
First time in like 10 years or whatever it was.
He should have.
Oh yeah, he definitely.
Oh, I forgot who won it. It was some jabroni.
NL. Oh.
I'm going Vlad Jr.
That was first base. What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about MVP.
Oh, MVP, Vlad Jr. Oh yeah, Vlad Jr. is a good one.
I'm going Vlad Jr. Harper.
Does Vlad stay with the Blue Jays?
No.
Do he get traded, or do he just becomes free agent and sign elsewhere?
Yankees.
What actually? I think he said that was one team he would never. I mean, you know, it's loosely I would say never, but he said he's like that's one team I would be okay if I didn't play for. So
Astros. I would take it.
Why are people not looking at our short left field?
And no.
Half
And
the
no
size-
taxes.
And no taxes. Half the size of the Green Monster.
There you go.
Key Brian Hayes wins the 2023 NL Gold Glove at third base.
Cabrian.
Brian Hayes.
How could I forget about Cabrian?
Hey, Pittsburgh's got something going, right?
They're building.
They've been building for.
I'll tell you one thing Pittsburgh isn't doing. Buying.
No.
And they ain't spending $95 million on no reliever.
We're just gonna keep hearing about it.
That was my last one.
We'll see about that.
How long we keep
$5 million. Well, to wrap up, I say Astros win the division by 5 games. They don't win the World Series. I want them to win the World Series, don't get me wrong, but I don't think they win. Do they? I mean, as of right now, the roster, they do have a shot to make the ALCS again. Like, I do believe that. I just don't know if they get past the ALCS to the World Series.
If we can figure out the outfield, we will have a serious chance at the World Series.
Figure out the outfield, and if the pitching can bounce back.
I think we'll be fine pitching. I think we'll be okay.
Starting pitching needs to go longer than 5 innings.
We'll be better this year.
So.
Yeah. I told you I wasn't saying anything.
But
you're just baiting.
They won the division by 5 games. At least make it to the LCS again. If they do make it to the World Series, they face. I mean, I know the Dodgers are obviously the heaviest favored, but they'll somehow get bounced in the divisional round. But
I really want to play the Dodgers. So.
I would like to beat the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I would
That'd be awesome.
just smack them around 4 games, blow them out 15-0 every game. It'd be great. But that won't happen. So. Maybe Harper finally wins one.
I'm just gonna go with my homer self and just say Stros in 6.
Against what, Dodgers?
Let's go Phillies. I'll go Phillies.
Phillies get back
Stros
in.
6. Yeah, Phillies.
Stros in 6 again.
Yeah.
Stros in 6.
Run it back.
Running back. All right.
Oh yeah, Astros Braves would be good. There you go.
If you're here, Couch Greg says Astros Braves. Astros get the.
Yeah, there you go. I like that, Couch Greg.
So, if I say Astros go, they get I want to say they get the Dodgers 1-5. So that's how that's going to go. And then, so until next time, we'll be sipping.
We be sipping.
And any questions, anything, feel free to email at theglasspodcast@gmail.com.
Make sure you like and subscribe Choppa Style Games.
Boom. We be sipping. We out.